What is up, TikTok world or YouTube land, wherever you are honing in to? It's effing cold. Let me just tell you guys that. Like, it's raining here. Hey, unapologetically me. It's raining here and it's cold, so I'm keeping my jacket on because it's fucking cold. Okay? In case you are new here, my name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach all things law of assumption when it comes to manifesting anything and everything that you desire. I already know this sounds good, so if you don't follow me, click that follow button. Also, I go live every day at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Hey Brittany, if you ever miss a live, don't trip, I got your back. It's always, hey Dina, it's always posted on my YouTube channel. I try to do my best to post them every single day. Okay, so you can go ahead, click it. All links are in the fucking bio, okay? But you can go ahead and head over there, and while you're there, hey 1802, hey Sibo, and while you're there, go ahead, hey Erica, subscribe. And then, let these replays just play in the background. Just mute the screen, just mute the volume. Hey, Miss Willow. Okay, because help me get my watch hours up. Appreciate your support. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I do offer one-on-one coaching. Hey, Josie. And it's fucking fire, by the way. It's a superpower of mine to find out where you're going wrong when it comes to manifesting your SP, which is mainly what we talk about here. And so you can get your shit right and tight, okay? There are people getting movement like it's going out of style when nothing worked for them before, okay? So that's what we are here to do. Oh, I have no problem with that, Marcia. So also, if you want tech support from me, I'm doing my best. I'm finding my groove here, okay? I'm responding to everybody today. So you can go ahead and get that too. It's in the bio. I just said that already, okay? Also, if you want to join the WhatsApp community, go ahead, click the link in the bio and join. It is free right now, where we support each other and we help. Yeah, Ren, of course you can. Of course you can. Hey, T. Oh, hey, pumpkins. Full disclosure, got in a little bit of trouble today. So, which, we always have to be coachable, right? We always have to be coachable. And my boyfriend taught me something today, actually. So, it's always feedback, right? It's always feedback. So if you have any questions, if you need any help, if you're struggling when it comes to manifesting, drop a question. I will go ahead and answer them for you, okay? But this is like an evolving thing, okay? This is something, hey, I'm trying to manifest where I don't have to work and have money flowing. I love that. Collins, we'll just call you Collins. I love that. Why should you have to work for a living to make money? There's a couple different ways you can go about this, right? You can literally tell yourself you get paid to exist. Like, I get paid to exist. I get paid to be me, right? Also, you can just affirm that you make X amount of money every single month. Like, I make $10,000 a month. I make $10,000 a month. I make $10,000 a month. Whatever has to happen for that to become true for you will happen. But here's the thing, is you're not in control of the how, okay? So when you're, hey, Chels, so when you're manifesting money, or anything, really, business success, anything, you have to understand that the series of events, whatever has to transpire for that to become true for you, will happen. And the how probably isn't how you're going to think about it. Hey, Janelle. Okay, so, 1802, I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know. I think you can, get it in any currency. At least that's my assumption. So, because I coach people from all kinds of different countries. So yeah, it should just populate the currency for you. And the good thing is it's not expensive. So the bank won't reject it. It's $10,000. When I used to work for another coaching company, $10,000 was you'd have to call your bank because they're like, who are you paying in the US 10 grand? Yes, Carlette, I definitely can. In fact, let me send that to you. Okay. But so when it comes to money, you have to understand that whatever has to happen for your manifestation to happen will happen. So don't freak out, right? Don't freak out and allow it to happen. Because for example, for me, right? So I was affirming, I literally was talking to a business client of mine. I'm like, I think I'm going to work on my own business again, right? Because I had put a hard stop on some of my business. Hey, Mina. I had to put a hard stop on my business when I was doing weight loss coaching because I was, what's it called? it was consuming a lot of my fucking time. The other partnership I was involved in, thanks MKD, love you girl. And so because of that, I had thrown it out there, like, I think I'm going to start working on my own business again because I want to help people like on a grander scale, right? Plus the partnership I was in was going left. So I put that out there. And so I just started robotically affirming for money. And so all of a sudden, the guy I was in a partnership with was like, hey, I saw this, Ingrid. We're going to have a little chatty chat. But in the meantime, you're going to fucking persist. Okay? I don't give a shit what comes out of somebody's mouth. You're going to persist in your story. Okay? And you've already seen it turn around. Okay? You're getting hot and cold. This is okay, bitch. Okay? It's okay. You got to stay firm. Only new version, and you will get bits and pieces, but only new version. And we're going to talk because I know exactly where you went wrong. Okay. So anyway, when it comes to this, hey, glitter sparkles. So when it comes to this, what's going to happen is, so when I was referring for money, I had no idea how the fuck it was going to happen. Okay. But all of a sudden the guy I was in a partnership with calls me up one day and is like, I don't think this is working out. And he came up with all kinds of like bullshit. Like it was all bullshit. And so I was like, I could have reacted. And at first I did, right? We're human, where we react. But then I was like, wait a minute. Then I reframed it for myself. And I said, wait a minute. I've been affirming for my own business and my own success. So whatever has to happen for that to become true for me will happen. So if that means that this partnership of mine has to fucking end for me to get my manifestation, then that's what has to happen, right? So that's kind of how I looked at it. And so same with you. If you're affirming for money, don't freak out if something happens and you're like, wait a minute, I'm affirming for money. How in the fuck is this going left? It's whatever has to happen is going to happen. Okay. So if that means like, let's say your job is like, it's not working out, then that's what has to happen. You have to continue to persist. You have to continue to persist because your subconscious mind knows exactly how you're going to get that money. Right. So it's like, maybe there's a better opportunity that's coming for you if you would persist through it, even if at the time it doesn't look like it's going that direction. I hope that made fucking sense. So persist through it because I talked to somebody before and that same thing happened. She was affirming for money, but then lost her job. Okay, but you don't know if that's what needed to happen for you to get, what it is that you want. Okay, so trust the process. And like everything, persist. Don't react. It's okay if you react, and that's really the thing I really want you guys to understand is there's so many people that will say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. But you create your own rules, okay? You decide what works and what doesn't work for you. I can't wait either. Like, you guys are action fucking takers. We're gonna get your shit right, okay? So, like, you decide what works and what doesn't work for you. Hey, Josecito. And so, basically, you want to, like for me, it's like, it's common to react, right? Like in the heat of the moment. So like, why wouldn't you react, right? If somebody says something or does something you don't like, you may react. Hey, Angela. Hey, Nick. But that's okay, right? It's okay to have a down moment. It's okay to have certain things like that, right? That's okay. But tell yourself, like, I don't ever screw any shit up. Like, screw what up? I cannot screw anything up. It's okay. I reacted. Let's course correct. Okay, let's just course correct. There's a delay. So I got time to get my shit right. So, hey, doodles. So, because it's impossible for you literally to react on one moment and then have everything completely digress. Like, that doesn't happen. Okay, the reason that happens is because it's one thought, and then it's another thought, then it's another thought, then it's another thought, and it's over a course of time, then that's when the shit tends to slide backwards. Okay? And remember, hey, user, April 6th. Oh, check that shit out, guys. Okay, let's stay focused here. I keep persisting, but how to SP is receiving my manifestation. Is there no change in weeks? Okay, so you have to remember this, pumpkins, is you can't question anything. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so you should not question anything, okay? And usually that's what's happening is that you guys get stuck in this, hey, Bevy, you guys get stuck in this whole like, let me check the 3D. Let me keep checking. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying anything. And that's wavering. So it's like, what do you need to check if your SP is already yours? You know, he has to receive your manifestation. This is not something that like somebody has a magical, you know, certain people can receive your telepathy, if you will, your thought transmission, but then other people have a magical force, you know, fortress that goes around them that they don't receive the manifestation. That's not how this works, okay? Everyone is constantly receiving the manifestation, and you have to know that. So, if you're not seeing the movement, it's because you're wavering somewhere. You're checking. See, this is where I tell a lot of you guys, a lot of your behavior that you're doing right now, would you do that if you were in a relationship with your SP? Would you be doing this? Would you be stalking their social media? Would you be looking to see if they left you on read or delivered? God forbid. You know, would you be checking? Would you be reacting to every fucking thing they're doing or not doing? Would you be doing that if you were in a relationship with your SP? I know you fucking said no, because every time I ask people that, they always say that, no. Right. So why are you doing that now? That is wavering, right? There's all kinds of different wavering that happens, okay? It's like you waver in your thoughts. You're checking for movement, so you're wavering there. You're questioning shit all day long. You're reacting to everything they do or don't do. And for what? But then also wavering is acting like you're having behavior that is speaking against what you're manifesting, okay? So if you're manifesting a relationship, why in the fuck are you checking shit? Because you're going to read into the shit. Like, you're going to read into things. And where you guys have to understand is everything is manifesting. Everything. I told you guys, which I won't get into it, but I told you guys that I need to pay attention, right? Because we're human, right? And we're evolving as individuals, as humans are, because you're doing this not for necessarily your SP, but you're doing this for you, so that you have a better relationship with your SP, right? But you have to understand that every fucking thought, you have to go under the assumption that every single thought you have, every freaking thought you have, every word that comes out of your mouth is an affirmation. So would you be okay if it manifests? If every thought you had was an affirmation, and going into the assumption that, okay, if I only have to think it once, would I be okay if it manifests? If the answer to that shit is no, then change it. Then change it, okay? I had a learning lesson today. And if you have a coaching call with me, I'll tell you about it on the coaching call. But basically, there comes a time when you have to let shit go, right? Where you have to leave it in the past. Okay, and I've told you this, but it's outside of your relationship, okay, where you have to let things go and leave it in the past. Why keep it alive if you don't want it to be alive anymore, right? Why put things out there if you aren't okay for it to manifest? You know, and I tend to talk. You bitches know this about me, okay? I tend to talk on my live about whatever the hell I want to talk about, but sometimes that backfires, okay? Sometimes it backfires. Where, you know, I don't hold anything back from you guys, right? I'm completely transparent, 100% honest and real, and I talk about my personal life for you guys, because that's what led me here. You know, it's what led me to helping all of you, because I've been where you are, right? And so, but because of that, you know, I talk about it, but some of those things some things, only because if you guys have been with me for a while, you guys already know my story. You know what I'm saying? You guys already know my story. And if you don't, you can head on over to my YouTube channel. It's a 35-minute video. I dissected there for you, okay? But some of those things, I shouldn't talk about anymore. I'm here to help you, of course, and I will help you. But when it comes to my personal part, there's certain things like gutter trash that I got to leave in the past, right? Because she's already been taken to the dumpster. So what do I need to talk about it for anymore? You know, I don't need to do that because it keeps it alive, and I don't want that. Okay, so that's full disclosure. Anyway, when it comes to all of you, you have to be constantly asking yourself that, right? Like, everything that you have is an assumption, like all kinds of things, like this nervous system stuff, okay? There's a lot of people that tell you can't manifest if you have an irregulated nervous system. I choose not to create that assumption within me, because again, why would you want to create assumptions in you that don't benefit you, right? It's so anything that you want to create an assumption for, you should make sure, does this benefit me? Is this going to help me, or is this going to hurt me? But I will tell you, if you do believe that you need a regulated nervous system, one of my clients and business clients and friend is going to have a masterclass. You'll hear me talk about it when she launches it, but she's going to help you regulate your nervous system so you can manifest. So I will go ahead. It is a free masterclass, so I will go ahead and let you guys know so you guys can go sign up for that, because we do need to work with your assumptions, right? So if you know that if you believe that you have to have a regulated nervous system, that is going to be true for you, right? So if that's the case, well, then go regulate the fucking nervous system. Right? Because we got to fix that shit. So it doesn't stop. Okay. How do you stop wavering because these thoughts keep crossing our mind? It's okay. Like, it's okay. It's not okay if you go down this whole negative ass rabbit hole where you're just like negative thought after negative thought after negative thought all day long, versus if you literally just had a momentary thought every once in a while that crossed your mind, you just flip it. Okay. I don't like people that say you don't need to flip your thoughts. I think that's bullshit, because there's a whole lot of things that I have manifested successfully, whether I wanted to or not, because I didn't flip the thought. Okay. And so obviously that's the negative shit, right? You have to ask yourself, why do we manifest negative stuff, right? Because we're manifesting positive and negative, right? Law of opposites. So why is it that we're able to manifest positive things, but we're also able to manifest the negative shit? Because you don't flip the thought. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like when people, because like I said, I only give you guys realistic advice, and you have to ask yourself, like, does that shit make sense? So if they're like, you don't have to flip the thought, just shove it aside. The fuck are you talking about? Because the negative thoughts are exactly what led to your breakup. Right? The negative thoughts over time, because you never flipped them, because you didn't know better back then, is what led to this shit in the first place. Because you had one negative thought, then you had another one, all about your relationship, right? All about your SP. Then you had another one, then you had another one, and they compounded over time. Therefore, it pushed out. And you got exactly what you wanted, even though you didn't want the shit. Right? Like, you know, so, and that's how you have to look at it, is you're always manifesting everything that you want. So is what's showing up right now what you want? The answer to that is no. Then flip that shit. Like, because that doesn't make any sense to me. And because I came across a video like that where they were like, you don't have to flip the thoughts. I used to think you had to, but you don't. And I was like, that's not true, actually. That's not true. Because if you didn't have to flip the thoughts, you would have never had to break it. Because I can guarantee you thought about that shit. Right? I talked to you guys about this before, is you have to reverse engineer and understand what led you to the point of now. What led you to not be with your SP now, right? Everything was great. When everything was great when you first met, everything was fucking on fire, you know, and you got, everything was great. You were in the honeymoon stage, right? And I hate when they say the honeymoon stage. Like, why can't you be in the honeymoon stage for 20 years? You know, why do they make it sound like it's a temporary ass shit? Okay, but that's also an assumption, right, that a lot of people may have, is that this is just the honeymoon stage. Well, then what happens after that? That's all downhill from there. If that's an assumption that you have, that's exactly what led to your breakup, right? Because everything is great, you have nothing but positive thoughts about him, you describe him only in the way that he is for you, and everything is amazing. Then you have an argument or a disagreement that turned into, because it always starts as a disagreement, and then turned into a full-blown argument. Now you're bitching, because I told you ladies like to do this. You like to continue the conversation in your mind, right? The man is over it. He's moved on. He's watching TV like nothing ever happened. But not you, bitch. Not you. And here, the argument commences. It's still going. It's still going. And then you want to what? Go confront him again, because you're not done talking. You're not done saying what's on your mind. Okay? You're not done reacting. And so now you're bitching about him. Okay, then you guys go back to normal. Everything is great. Now you're selecting good version of him again, until another argument happens. And then you bitch about him again. And over time, those arguments compound. And now you're looking at him differently, right? Now you're looking at him differently. You're thinking about him differently. And you're selecting asshole version, disrespectful version, not my perfect person version. Okay, and so then what happens? Now the closer it gets, the more the arguments, the more disagreements, the more icy the more hot and cold behavior you get, you start to question your relationship and where you stand in his life. And you're like, does he even like me anymore? Does he even love me anymore? Does he even want to be together? Like, where are we at here? And some of you will verbalize that shit. A lot of you will verbalize that to your SPs, which kills me. Where you're like, where do we stand? Are we breaking up? Like, you'll literally be like, are we breaking up? And then what does he do? Confirms. Yeah, relationship is over. And now you're heartbroken. But you caused that shit because you selected disrespectful, mean, doesn't want to be with me version of your SP. And you did that over the course of time. And then now you questioned your relationship. You questioned where you stood in his life, and he confirmed that shit. Yeah. And the breakup commenced, right? And a lot of times it's like you know he loves you, right? Because he said it. He said it a million times, and you're like, I know he loves me. But, and sure enough, he confirms that shit too. He's like, I love you, but I don't want to be with you anymore. Plus, on top of that, you might have been questioning your feelings. You might not hit your feelings, but his feelings towards you. And now you're like, I don't even know, like, does he even feel the same way about me anymore? Right? Now you're questioning that shit. And so what does he do? He confirms. And he tells you, I just don't feel the same for you anymore. Sound familiar? I'm talking to a couple of you bitches, and you know who the fuck I'm talking to. All they're doing ever is confirming. That's all they're doing. So you guys are walking around town wanting them to confirm shit, but they're always confirming. They're always confirming. Like, there's always movement. It's not something that, just drops out of the sky. They're always confirming. There's always movement, and they're always conforming. Always. So I don't know what you guys are looking for. They're like validation. They're always validating. They're constantly confirming all the time. It just isn't what you want. But at the same time, it is what you want because you know how to fucking fix it, and you don't. Instead, you lack the discipline and you select old version all the fucking time. And then you're pissed off and upset because you get old version. This is where hot and cold behavior comes in. This is where I tell you guys that even when the person is conforming, even when your SP is doing the turnaround, you have to persist. You have to keep going. I don't give a shit if you're together right now. If you got back together, you must persist. You must continue to select new version, better version. You must continue to persist in your affirmations. Because this is why hot and cold behavior happens. You get what you want and think you can move the fuck on. No, you can't. No, you can't. You have to keep going. Because at some point, you're going to find yourself is still questioning things. You're still wavering, right? Because you have a history with this person. And I told you guys, how many fucking times I got to tell you, history keeps repeating itself. You break up, you make up, you break up, you make up. Because you have not evolved as a person. You have not evolved in your relationship. So because of that, because it's all you're looking for him to evolve. He's spiritually asleep. You're not, bitch. So you have to evolve. So therefore he evolves in the relationship, right? Because they're a reflection. They're just projecting onto you. So you guys have to get a grip, okay? You have to persist beyond that. You think because me and my boyfriend are in a amazing relationship that I just am like, all done. Got what I wanted. No. Am I moving to the next step? 1,000%. But do I still affirm that we're great? That he's the perfect boyfriend to me? 1,000%. Yes, I do. Because I want to continue to select that version. I want to make sure that I do this for myself, guys. Everything you do is for yourself. But you want to make sure that it sticks. That this now is a matter of fact thing. That you're not finding yourself so questioning like, I didn't hear from them in 5 hours. Like, are we good still? Is everything still okay with us? You can't do that. So if you're finding yourself doing that, that's why I say you have to persist beyond the movement. Okay. You're affirming that they're always calling and texting me. They're always calling and texting me. And then now it's been a week or two and they're always calling and texting you. That doesn't fucking mean you move on. It means you persist in that one and then add the next step. But you must continue to persist in that one until you just find yourself just expecting that from them. Like, this is just how it is. Like, we talk every day. Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? right? And you're not checking, you're not reacting if he doesn't respond in 3 hours, you know, or a day or 15 hours, whatever. You know, if you find that you're still reacting to that in your thoughts, you must continue to persist until you're no longer reacting to that shit anymore, until that's not even a thought for you anymore. So this is where you guys go wrong. This is why shit reverts back, because everything is great. You get caught up in the moment, but you're not persisting still. You're not continuing to select that version. So therefore, all of a sudden, you get blindsided, in a sense, by your SP. All of a sudden, they tell you what you fucking didn't want to hear. But that's because somewhere in your thoughts, you push that shit back out. Okay? So it's like, when we talk about gutter trash, right? It's like, okay, gutter trash is here. We banish her. She goes away. Persist a little bit longer for that, but at some point you have to stop and just focus on you and him now, because this is us now, right? We got rid of the problem, banished them to the dumpster, and now I'm going to persist in just me and him, right? And that's going to change things for you. But as long as you keep acknowledging the thing you banished, you're keeping it right there. Go ahead, ask me how I know. Okay? So we want to change that, okay? We need to change that. We need to evolve, and eventually you're going to have to drop the old story and only persist in the new version, the one that you want, the one that you love, and expect different behavior from them. But as long as you keep a part of that old story alive, you're not going to move forward consistently. You're not moving forward consistently. That shit is going to keep sliding back, and they're going to have to keep bringing it forward, right? And I'm not here to shoot smoke and mirrors up your fucking ass and be like, no, you're never going to have a disagreement. That's not true. Like in your relationship, that's part of a relationship, right? But you have to learn to not react. You have to learn to keep it as a disagreement. But if it turns into an argument, that is because you're reacting. You got to have the last fucking word. You need to tell them how you really fucking feel. You don't need to do that, because that's always forcing the 3D. That's always every time you react in a disagreement, even if you don't agree, you're forcing the 3D. So you can react, but then shut the fuck up. That's it. Shut the fuck up. And in your mind, affirm, 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 affirm. Right fucking through the disagreement. Because guess what's going to happen? They're going to be over that shit. And you're over that shit too. Because again, if you react every time there's a fucking disagreement, you're continuously selecting old version of him again. Of them. That's not fucking what you want, is it? I know you said no. I'm telling you guys, when you guys start owning your whole ass power, no, we'll call you Kitty Cat. Hey, Miss, good morning. We'll call you Kitty Cat. No, I always recommend you manifest in steps. I don't like people that tell you to manifest the end. Because given where you're currently at, it depends where you're currently at in your relationship, right? So if you're like not in contact, right? If you're not talking at all, or you're blocked on shit, it's a little hard for you to live in the end of happy, healthy relationship or marriage, depending upon how far you want to go. Okay. It's really hard for you to imagine that given your current reality, given what the 3D is showing you. So there's a whole lot more resistance when it comes to that. Because I tried that, but you're not blind, right? So the 3D, it's hard to not acknowledge the 3D. I hate when people tell you that shit, like you're a robot and have no feelings at all, and you just walk around blind all day long and just ignore everything. Like, that's stupid. So I find it's easier for you to manifest in steps because it speeds shit up, okay? Because if you're living in the end of happy, loving relationship or marriage, you don't see movement, right? It's hard for you to see movement when your 3D is showing that you're fucking blocked and not in contact. So instead, it's like, this is why we do this exercise here on my live every day, is we need to get you over that first hump of no contact to contact. right? Because once they contact you, which a gang of our members, I'm proud of you bitches, in our WhatsApp group have been getting a shit ton of contact, right? And so it's like, once you get over that first hurdle, then it's like, oh shit, I got this. Like, I got this. So it's a whole lot easier for you to start assuming that they're going to constantly see you, right? That they're constantly spending time with you, that they're always calling and texting you. Then that starts to happen, right? Because you're seeing movement. So one text turns into we're texting, a couple times a week or we're texting daily, all day, every day, right? So it's a lot easier for you to assume that he's going to obviously come see you. So now that strengthens that assumption, and now that person comes to see you very fast, right? Because it's a lot easier for you to step into that assumption. And then now they're starting to come see you often. And now you're like, okay, it's not hard for you to imagine a relationship, because when you're constantly spending time with someone, you're basically in a relationship, right? Without the fucking title, which we're going to get into, because you guys need to knock that stupid shit off, okay? Because you're not children, you're adults, okay? And basically a large premise of this is you need to be an adult, okay? So it's a lot easier for you now to assume the relationship. So therefore now everything moves very fast versus you're in no contact, he's blocked you, and you're like, but we're in a relationship. A relationship with who? Myself? You know what I'm saying? So that there's a lot of wavering in my experience, and I always tell you my experience, there's a lot of wavering that takes place when you're just fully living in the end. Okay, because you're constantly reacting to shit, because the end is far away from where you're at now in your mind, okay, in your mind. So I only teach manifesting in steps. I find it's a lot easier and a lot faster than you shooting all the way to the fucking end. Now if you're just a master ass bitch that can shoot all the way to the end, great. But I find most people aren't that way. Okay, and a lot of manifestation coaches tell you just live in the end. Okay, okay, that's not realistic advice, and I don't ever teach anything that's not realistic. Okay, because we always have to justify by logic, and that's the conscious part of you, is the logical part of your brain, and so or your mind, and so because of that, I say steps is the way to fucking go. And since people have been manifesting in steps, they're getting movement so much fucking faster. And it's what encourages you to keep going, right? Because then you get all hype and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, like I got this shit. And then you keep going, I was so much better with not reacting to it 3D, but this weekend, it has shown the opposite. I know, Bex, let's forget this weekend, just wipe the slate. Wipe the slate. Because this weekend was hard for a lot of people because it was Valentine's Day, right? And the lover's holiday, which we could talk about that shit too, okay? Because I fell into that fucking stupid trap this weekend, right? But it's like, why? Why? You should never need a day. And I'm not going to downplay Valentine's Day, but you should never want somebody to show you they care about you for a day and then not talk to you or treat you like shit for 364 days. I asked my parents on October, I was like, can you please not celebrate my birthday this year? Do you think they listened? No. But I was like, can we not celebrate my birthday this year? I was like, because not with my family, at least, because my family right now, which I'm changing this because I need to change all their fucking stories. If we're being quite honest, I got to change all their stories. But they're not vibing right now. They're not getting along. And then everybody comes to me with their shit. And so I was just like, and then now it's my problem. And so I told them, I said, I don't want to celebrate my birthday this year because I'm good on you making it sound like I'm the best thing since sliced fucking bread all over social media and how blessed you are to be my parents and all that shit for one day. But then 364 days, you're going to fucking just do nothing but talk shit. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. So because of that, that's just how I always view things. But I fall into the trap, so I get that shit. I get it. Thanks, girl. Welcome to the fam band. So we don't want that, okay? And so it's okay if you reacted. It's okay. It's Valentine's Day. You wanted to be with your boo, right? That's natural. That's fucking natural for you to want to have been with your specific person. But that's okay. Because guess what? It's not Valentine's Day anymore. Right back on track. Right back on track. You didn't screw anything up. Okay, you didn't screw anything up. You can't look at every fucking disagreement or everything that you do wrong as you fuck shit up. You can't do that to yourself, right? You can't do that to yourself. You can't. Instead, it's like, no, I'm just going to move forward and I'm going to be a stronger, more evolved bitch. Okay? Okay, so there's things like that. Hey, KC, homie, get yourself out of this situation. Okay? Get yourself out of this situation. Okay? Tell yourself, as long as you identify as being homeless, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Instead, tell yourself, like, I have a warm bed to sleep in. Like, everything in my life is perfect. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? There's a technique that somebody did saying, this is Neville Goddard, just full disclosure, where he went to a woman who had a bunch of fucking problems. Like, she needed everything. And so instead of having her affirm for every area of her life, he just told her every night when you go to bed, I want you to affirm, isn't it wonderful? That's it. Just, isn't it wonderful? And so she did that every night before she went to bed. And in 6 to 9 months down the line, she had everything. She had a job, she had a car, she had a place to stay, she had more money than she ever needed. Every fucking thing. And so, but that's what she did. She just said, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Now, if you want to speed the shit up, because she only did that 10 minutes a day. And the rest of the day, she's probably reacting to 3D based on her current situation, right? And all these negative thoughts about how shitty her life was. But it still worked 6 to 9 months later. So if you want to speed it up, tell yourself that shit all goddamn day. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Everything in my life is perfect. And that will happen, okay? People are going to start paying for your meals. People are going to start gifting you rooms. All of a sudden, you're no longer homeless, okay? Now you've got a place to live. Now you got food in your mouth. Now you have a better life, okay? But don't identify in your current situation right now. Identify as somebody who has what you want. A roof over their head, who has a job, who has money in their bank account, right? Who's always full, never hungry, you know, and has the perfect life. When you do that, shit changes, and it changes really fast. So do that, okay? Do that. Let's change this world. Let's change people. I don't want to ever, I hate thinking, you know, and it's cold now. I'm cold, okay? And I'm in California. And I always think that way when it comes to, I'm like, damn, it's cold here. And so for all the homeless people here, I'm like, damn, it's cold. But then I'm like, damn, you know what? If I lived in fucking, you know what's not the vibe? Living in Chicago right now, homeless, because it's fucking cold over there, right? And so if we can help people get out of it, help them. You guys know about the law, okay? So if you guys run into people that are struggling in their life, teach them the law. Teach them to change their life. Why not? Why not? Tell them to affirm for a different life. Why not? They may look at you like you're fucking crazy, but on the off chance that somebody says, shit, what's it gonna hurt? Well, now you just help them out, okay? Now you just bettered their life. You helped them better their life, okay? By educating them that they're what caused this and that they can change it, okay? I always think that it's always good to you know, help those out that need help. Yeah, you definitely need to manifest contact. You guys are like masters at this shit. I just read it in my text from months ago when we broke up. Look at that. Divine, Orchid, use that. Use that. You see what I'm saying? Where you guys are fucking hyperventilate on being left undelivered for a whole 7 hours. Okay. This woman, her SP just read her text from months ago. Y'all fucking trip out over 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Y'all trip out over 2 minutes. Okay. And you know your fucking ass does. You know you do. You over there refreshing the damn text. Like there's an error in your text message and they just haven't turned it over. Did it for months. And all of a sudden the guy opened her text. Okay. Duh. Of course he did. So leverage that. Leverage that. Affirm that he contacts you, right? That you're in contact, that he can't get enough of you. He's obsessed with you. Everything you guys, everything your SP does or doesn't do, that should be what you tell yourself. Of course. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? He's in love with me. Even that whole big, scary red message. He's in love with me. Annalisa. That's right. You don't need to keep manifesting for her to clean her room. She can't stand her room being dirty. Like she can't. She's the cleanest daughter in the world. She cannot stand her room being dirty. Like she's constantly putting things away when she's done with them. I always tell my daughter that I'm like, you wouldn't have to clean your room if you just put shit away. I was like, do you think I have to clean my room outside of like dusting and shit? Which, who the fuck likes to do that shit? I don't like to do that at all. I hate cleaning with a passion. Like, if it's not, I don't even like doing laundry. I don't even like doing it, but I do it. But why not get your kids to conform? If they're struggling in school, help them out. Like, this is what this is all about. If your kid is struggling in school, like school's hard for them, start affirming school's easy for them. Like she passes all her tests with flying colors. Like school is so easy for her. She's doing amazing. She gets straight A's. Like just start telling a different story and all of a sudden school becomes easy for them. Why would you want your kids to struggle? If your kids are lonely and have a hard time making friends, stop fucking telling them that they're shy. Like that's the worst thing you can do is create these assumptions in your kids that don't benefit them, right? So instead, like that, because that's what they would tell me, because that's what a lot of adults like to say when they say hi to your child that they've never, and your child's never even met them a day in their life. And they're like, and they don't say anything back. That was my daughter. And they were like, that's okay, she's shy. Well, now she's not talking to your ass forever because she's shy. I sat down with her because she went through all of kindergarten and didn't talk to a goddamn person except for her best friend, who she met in kindergarten, because her bestie refused to give up on her, and she literally only talked to her. But she had the quietest little voice ever, and I was fucking annoyed. I was tired of it because clearly she didn't get that from me. Okay. So I was tired of that shit. So I was like, I sat her down one day. I said, honey, you're not shy. You love talking to people. Like you absolutely love talking to people. You love making friends. Like that's the whole point of school. Let's be honest. It's the social life, right? Can't wait to go on summer break. Thanks, Kim Fines. Love you, girl. Can't wait to go on summer break. Then all of a sudden you go on summer break 2 weeks later, they're bored. Why? Because they want to hang out with their friends. That's what school's all about. And so because of that, when I told her that she loves to talk to people, because I was a source of influence, that girl, she made all kinds of friends. She made all kinds of friends. She was talking to people. Now she's like hella popular. So change your kids' lives. If they're lonely and they don't make a lot of friends, be like, no, they're super popular. Every fucking body loves them. Like everybody loves my daughter. Everyone wants to be around her. And they will. Now they've got a lot of friends. They can do shit for them. You don't have to do anything to manifest. You could literally sit in a room and affirm you have $1 million and somehow it's going to come to you. You should all be affirming that shit. I'm a fucking millionaire. I'm rich as fuck. I am literally a millionaire. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? Everything stays the same. Okay. But what's the best thing that can happen if you persist in that story? You'll be a millionaire. Why not? Why not? What if you're friends with your SP and he keeps saying he doesn't want a relationship with anyone? Tasha, that's because you're assuming that's because you've put yourself in the friend zone. I had another client, we were talking about this, okay? And I said, as long as you see yourself as a friend, as a best friend, that's all you're ever gonna be. But ask yourself this, who do people date? Who do people marry, typically? Their best friends, right? They didn't start as besties, most of them, but they became best friends. They became friends, they became best friends, and now they're married. Right? Because most people marry their best friend, somebody that they're a trusted source. So turn that around. I don't give a fuck if he says he doesn't want a relationship with anyone. Yeah, he doesn't with anyone but you. Yeah, you're right. In your mind, be like, yeah, except for me. Oh, he wants a relationship with me. He absolutely wants a relationship with me. You have to tell yourself that. Stop telling yourself you're friends. Because if you keep telling yourself you're a good friend, you're friends. That's what he's telling you. Yeah, he keeps calling you a good friend. Not anymore. In good friend, if that refers to girlfriend. Yeah, I'm absolutely a great girlfriend. Flip it in your mind. Flip it in your mind. He absolutely only wants a relationship with me. Tell yourself that he will. He'll turn it around real quick. Good. So get your fucking ass out of the friend zone, bitch. Get yourself out of the friend zone. How about that? Y'all are creating all the things. You understand this, right? What keyword? Bless. No, I'm not going to block the word bless. It's gay. Okay. I think I blocked him. I don't like people coming in here with their stupid little thing. I don't know what scammer school they all go to. But it's a scammer school. Don't DM anybody that comes on a live with the same stupid shit. When is it too long for SPX to return? Do I let it go 3 years now? No. Viking mama. It's never too late. It is never too late to get your SP back. Never. Okay. I have somebody who, she wants to take it up a notch. Okay. But they dated a long ass time ago. They both got married. After they broke up. Had children. And guess who's back together? Them. So it's never too late. It's only too late if you tell yourself that. Okay? It's only too late if you tell yourself that. You cannot waver with your affirmations if you say them out loud. Okay? So, because sometimes it's hard if you're saying them in your mind. Sometimes your mind wanders off, right? But if you'll persist and start saying them out loud, you can't waver off that. Okay? And set a goddamn alarm, bitch. Set a fucking alarm. Like, goes off every 5 hours. But really, we need to change how we're looking at affirmations. Okay? We need to change how we're looking at affirmations. Affirmations are not the main part of manifesting your SP. Okay? They're not. And so, like in anything, really in anything that you're manifesting, affirmations keep your thoughts in check. That's how you have to look at them, is they just keep your thoughts in check. Okay, look at affirmations like it's a safety net. But again, we don't want to create the assumptions that we have within us that, like, if I don't affirm 5,500 times a day, the shit ain't coming. No, don't do that. Like, I have to affirm X amount of times, or like I'm doing it wrong. No, don't tell yourself that, right? Don't do that, because you did not affirm to get what you wanted now. I mean, you affirmed, but you didn't robotically affirm to get where you're at now. You just had random thoughts from time to time that accrued over time, right? It's like putting a rock in a backpack. Every time you have that same thought, putting another one in there, and it just accrued over time. Okay, which is what led to the breakup, and which is what led to, your whole life. So you don't have to affirm your life away to get what you want. You simply have to look at it like, okay, I need to discipline my mind. That's why I affirm as much as possible, because I know myself, right? And I want to discipline my mind. But you don't have to affirm your life away for things at all. You just have to sit there and pay attention to your thoughts. You have to pay attention to the words coming out of your mouth. And every time there's an intrusive thought speaking against what you want, then you flip it with your affirmation. Okay? Nope, he'll do anything to be with me. Whatever that is for you. Okay? That's all you have to do. But don't create this vortex of, again, assumptions that don't benefit you. If this shit doesn't benefit you, what the fuck are you doing? Okay? We don't want to create that assumption in us. And you guys need to stop with the whole justifications of their goddamn behaviors. Okay? I hear this one a lot. Is they tell you something about their life, about their past, right? Because again, remember, history repeats itself in everybody's life. Okay? So they'll tell you like they have a history of bad relationships, or they have a history. Because have you ever noticed, most people aren't like, I got cheated on one time. Usually that's not how their story goes, right? It's like, I've been cheated on multiple times. My past 3 girlfriends have done this, right? Of course, because it's a pattern. And that's because that's what they are now assuming about somebody. Okay? They got cheated on once. Now they're assuming the next relationship they get in, that guess what? They're going to get cheated on again. Therefore they do. Then the next one they get in, they're assuming the same goddamn thing, because it's happened twice now, and it happens again, right? But they're spiritually asleep. You're not. Okay? So you recognize the pattern. But what you guys will do is justify their behavior based on what the fuck they told you about their past. I see this a lot. Where you'll be like, well, I feel like he's not able to commit because he said he has like trust issues, because like the past like 4 relationships he's been in, they've all cheated on him. So fucking what? So what? That's his assumptions. But you can change that shit for him, right? You don't need to accept his history as yours, because the problem with that is it's affecting your relationship with your SP, because you're justifying his behavior based on whatever he fucking told you his history is. And guess what you're doing? Keeping that very much alive, right? Like, if you believe he has trust issues because that's what he fucking told you because he's been cheated on several times, well, guess what? If you're going to justify his behavior on trust issues, guess what he's not going to do with you? Care to guess? He's not going to trust you. He's going to continue to have trust issues. And it's going to affect your relationship because you're justifying his behavior based on his history. So that must become true. That must become true. So if he lacks commitment issues because he said so, and he'll usually tell you why he lacks commitment issues, why he lacks commitment. So now you've taken that on as facts, which it's not. And so now here you go, justifying that you're not in a relationship right now. He doesn't want a relationship with you because he lacks commitment. Because that's what he fucking said. But remember, it's all based on his history. Not anymore. Like, so fucking what? His history, you can't bring in to your relationship with your SP. You cannot justify the things that he's doing or not doing because of what the fuck he said based on his history, because that history is only based on his assumptions. But you could change that. And you could change that now and be like, he's always had the best luck with relationships. He's never been cheated on. Like, he's very trusting. Like, he's the happiest when he's with me. You could change that fucking story. And you'll find that he'll stop talking about it. Commitment issues. I don't know what the fuck that means. What does that even mean, commitment issues? No. He's only telling you that, one, because he's been hurt in the past, so he tells you that to protect his feelings, okay? Or two, because he hasn't committed to you yet, so you're just assuming he's got commitment issues. And now you keep telling yourself that. Well, I think he has commitment issues because he's not committing to me. Well, then that's going to fucking be true. Everything you tell yourself is going to be true. So what the fuck are you telling yourself? Right? And it's every fucking thing. It's everything, guys. Because I learned this lesson today. Okay? It wasn't serious, but I learned this lesson today because it's like whatever the fuck you put out there, you can say it again. How many times I got to say this? You must flip every fucking thought that comes in your head, because every time I don't, I'll say it one time, maybe I'll say it twice. That shit is proven true every fucking time. Every time. Not a single time has it not been. But it isn't what you want. So why the fuck do we keep putting that? Why do we keep putting that shit out there? You know what I mean? No. Fuck that. Not anymore. Because it's your reality. And you're the boss of your reality. So that's just how it works, okay? Like, period. Talk about gutter trash as like a raging bitch. Is that considered not insecure? No. Okay, so no. It's okay to refer to gutter trash as what you want them to be, right? But when you know that the trash has been taken out, you have to, at some point, stop breathing life into that, right? So instead, it's like, okay, she's got it, cool. Now I'm going to focus on just me and him. Right? But acknowledging her in that way, it's hard to not acknowledge her if you know about her, right? That's like the stupidest fucking advice on the planet. Just ignore her. Just act like she doesn't exist. Okay. Like, that's not how it works, okay? That's just not how it works. So instead, it's like, let me get rid of that problem. And then let me now, once that problem's been taken care of, now let me solely focus on me and SP. Okay, because yes, you are keeping that relevant news if you keep acknowledging it. Does that make sense? So it's like, no, that's old history. That's old news. So why would we keep reading the same old goddamn old newspaper over and over again? No, not anymore. Not any fucking more. So no. Envy, there's nothing wrong with that. If you've come to a place where you don't want your SP anymore and you think you can do better, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to tell you you can't do better. I mean, everybody can always do better, right? Because that's a self-concept thing. But you must learn the things that we're teaching here, right? Like, you must learn to not react to stupid bullshit. You must learn to discipline your mind, okay? And only focus on what you want. You must learn to not let your thoughts fucking spiral. You must learn to only select the best version of the person that you want, because even if you don't want your SP anymore and you want somebody new, somebody fresh, somebody that, and you deserve because I'm not going to say everybody's SP is like a home fucking run, right? I mean, it's whatever makes you happy. I went and got my perfect person back, because for me, he was my perfect man. Okay. But for everybody, it's not the same, and that's fine. But you must still do what we're talking about here, because you don't want to be with your SP now, but you're going to have another SP. And this is where history repeats itself, right? All of your relationships end the same, but there's only one thing they have in common. And we love to blame our SPs, like, oh, I've dated nothing but losers. Well, there's only one thing they had in common. You, right? So it's like, we have to self-reflect and say, okay, I created all this, and history keeps repeating itself. I keep attracting morons, losers, disrespectful men, and so forth. So what are my assumptions when it comes to men or women, right? What are my assumptions when it comes to the opposite sex? Because those also play a part very much in your relationship history, right? If you believe that all men are cheaters because maybe your mom got cheated on or something like that, well, then every man in your life is going to cheat on you, because that is an assumption you have of men in general. If you believe, and this is important for all of you guys to take a self-assessment of what you believe about the opposite sex. What do you believe about the opposite sex? Take your SPs. This is really actually good. This is good. Okay, so take your SPs out of the equation right now. What do you believe about the sex that you're interested in, right? So if you're interested in women, what do you believe about women? If you're interested in men, what do you believe about men as a gender role in general? Because that's very much playing out in your relationships. Okay. And a lot of times it comes from history, right? Either something that you've encountered yourself or something that you've seen your parents go through. Okay. And, like maybe they had a terrible divorce and infidelity was in the equation. So now you think that all men are cheaters, right? Or you think that all men are fucking pieces of shit. Like my brother thinks all women are bitches. Therefore, who do you think he keeps attracting? Right? So we have to take a look at that, because what is it that you assume about the opposite sex? Because that's playing out. This is what's causing this. This could be very much what's causing a lot of your problems, is what do you assume to be true about them as a gender role, right? And society doesn't fucking help with this. That's why I tell you guys, be careful what the fuck you're out there consuming, because society doesn't help you with this, and reality TV certainly doesn't help with this. Certainly doesn't help with this, because you see all the drama, right? And oftentimes infidelity is at the forefront of the shit. And now here we go thinking, some men will think all women just want them for their money. They just want me for my money, right? All women are just gold diggers. You could think that. Therefore, you keep attracting those type of women, because that's what you believe about women. Or maybe you and your relationships end that way because everything they fucking do, you're over here. Let's say you believe that men are cheaters because you had a history of that, right? You had one guy cheat on you and then another one, right? It only started with one. And then you started creating the assumption that men are cheaters. And now here we go. Or there was infidelity in your parents, right? We talked about that. So if that's what you believe, then this is why you question every fucking thing they do. Like, they're like, I'm going to go to the grocery store. And you're like, is that really where you're going? Is that really where you're going? Are you really going to the grocery store? Or God forbid, they take a detour and stop somewhere else too, but then they didn't tell you that they were also going to go to Target. And so they come home 2 hours later and you're like, where the fuck were you at? That was a really long trip to the grocery store, right? Now here you go. Because you have trust issues, because you think all men are cheaters, right? See what I'm saying? So because of that, this is what's causing you guys to react to the bullshit, because you have trust issues and you're conveying that, you're reflecting that onto all kinds of men. Okay, so we're going to do this exercise real quick. We're going to put a hard pause and pause your questions too, because then I can't follow through with them, but I got to go to the ladies' room sooner than later, sooner than normal, actually. So we're going to do the exercise now, because it ain't waiting for nobody. Okay, so everybody get your phone out, and we're going to pull up a picture of our SP. Okay, in case you are new here, we're going to do the photo method. The photo method is where you are going to be looking at a picture of your SP and you're going to be giving your command. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so I want you guys all to pull out your picture of your SP and I want you to look at them dead ass in their face. And you're going to get their command. So if you're a no contact, and I don't give a shit about your circumstances, so we're not about to sit there and be like, well, what if this, what if this, what if this? It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. So you're going to pull it out, and you're going to go ahead. Well, that's okay, Viking Mama, you can visualize. And if you're not blocked on the social media, you can just, look at his profile picture. Just look at his profile picture. And you can visualize, no big deal, okay? But basically, and your subconscious mind knows who you're talking about, okay? So you can literally look at it, and you're gonna tell them, if you're in no contact with them, then you're gonna command contact, like you're contacting me right now. You are contacting me right now. You are contacting me right now. You are contacting me right now. If you wanted to text, you can say you're gonna text me right now. There's no right or wrong, okay? But understand, if you say you're texting me right now, if they're not a texter and they're a caller, they're gonna call you. No big deal. Who the fuck cares, right? So that's literally what we're gonna do there, okay? So if you are in contact, but it is not consistent contact, I want you to command the same thing, because I want you, because it's a lot easier for you to expect contact because you're already in contact, right? But I want you to prove it to yourself that when they contact you, like on the spot, then you're gonna be like, yeah, that's right. Now what else? Now what else? Now what else? Right? So it will further step you into that, okay? Oh, snappy times, hold on. Stop calling them a non-communicator, okay? Now, if you are in communication with them and you're, Ingrid, for you, I think you should, because you're all of the above. So for you, I would look at her and say, we're getting back together right now. We're getting back together right now. We're getting back together right now. That's what I would do for you, okay? For everybody else, if you are in consistent contact with somebody, but you haven't seen them, you're going to tell them they're coming to see you right now. Even if you do see them occasionally, I don't care. You're coming to see me right now. You're coming to see me right now. You are coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me today, period. Galaxy Girl, I have to go to the bathroom, but as soon as I get back, we'll discuss that. But we don't call them third parties around here. We call them gutter trash, okay? So we will go ahead and get started with that, okay? You guys got a couple minutes. I gotta go. So get busy. Command it. Say it with some authority. The key is you must expect that behavior from them, okay? If you're persisting in only new version and you only see them as your perfect person, then you would expect them to text you. You would expect them to contact you. Why wouldn't they? Okay, so you must expect that behavior from them. Okay, the minute you expect them, it should happen within less than 10 minutes. If you expect that from them, okay, because either way, you're expecting something. You're either expecting them to contact you or you're expecting them to ghost you. One of the two. Okay, so right now, we need to come from a place of expecting them to contact you. Okay, let's get busy because Mama gotta go to the bathroom. Literally. Good golly, Miss Molly, I had to go to the bathroom. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if your SP's sleeping right now. Wake his ass up. That's what you just did. You just woke his ass up, bitch. Like, yeah, get up. And get the fuck up. Right now, because I made my command. And you must oblige. Okay, now when, for the 55,000th time, but we'll talk about it again. You did, Eleanor. But don't worry, girl. I had to go to the bathroom, so we had to do it a little early. But we're gonna do it again. That's right. That's right. Say that shit with some authority. Say that with some authority. That's right. That's right. That's what we got to do. Okay, so in case you're new here, right, we talk about gutter trash. Okay, well, we don't talk about gutter trash, but that's how we refer to 3 Ps as gutter trash. And so we're going to send them back to the dumpster they came from. This is me when I get my leftovers out. Look, guys, my boyfriend made Chipotle chicken balls. Okay, anyway. So what we're going to do to get rid of that is you want to first build a wedge between them. So you cannot think about a third party gutter trash as in an obstacle standing in between you and your SP. Because as long as you view them as an obstacle, you're keeping them right in place. You're making them relevant fucking news, okay? So the first thing we want to do is build the wedge. So you're here, 3, this is gutter trash, this is SP, okay? Right now they're this, okay? So instead, what you want to do is what do you do with a man that thinks it's normal for men to have better? You need to change that, Larry. Right now. Okay? You need to change that assumption, because if it's normal to have gutter trash, you're going to keep recreating gutter trash. Okay? Over and over and over again. Because if you assume that your boyfriend is a cheater, then guess what? You're going to keep having gutter trash after gutter trash after gutter trash, because that's what you assume about the person you're with. Okay? But what we want to do, oh, Sherry, if you're here, I'm going to answer you, my dear. We're going to talk, okay? But if you're here, they're here, you need to change how you perceive this person. Hey, iWorld. Hey, bye. I thought that was fucking funny, your name. Yeah, the link is in the bio if you want to work with me one-on-one or you want to do the text coaching. So I did announce, okay, this will be the final fucking day. I threw that out there because I want to help as many of you as possible, but I did not know that so many of you would take it. So I was very disorganized, like very disorganized. So I decided that all of you that take it, we'll say by today, and same with one-on-one coaching, you also get text coaching with me too, okay? That's the same, how that works. But I decided that you're all founding members, okay? You're just gonna be grandfathered in, so it's like, I'll just help you. I'm not gonna work with you for months on your SP because that's impossible, because if you work with me, they'll be back very fast, okay? So, but then once you manifest your SP back, let's move on to some money, baby, because that's our next masterclass coming up, money. Right? Or having that all around dream life. And so for that, I'm going to start doing monthly challenges too for you guys. So yeah, we can so that's how that works. So basically you're going to get more than 30 days. Okay. Cause everyone joined at different times and I didn't collect that shit. I have zero organization when it comes to that. So I don't know when the hell you guys joined. And so I'm not going to sit here and go back in time and look and be like, oh, 30 days, bye, sayonara. So, y'all just be with me forever. Like a family, you know what I mean? Like a bestie. Besties don't just ghost you after 30 days. It's fucking rude. So right now, you're family members. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. So what do you want to assume is true about gutter trash? Okay, do you want to assume that gutter trash is exactly that? Gutter trash. But we want to give her a stronger identity. So maybe it's like, she's a raging bitch. Like, she's a fucking raging bitch. Like, you know, because what's your assumption about bitches, right? She's a raging bitch. She has anger issues. Like, she's an angry ass person. Okay. So if you start referring to gutter trash as that person, she has to show up, because I always teach you guys to make the law work for you and not against you, right? So we make it work here. If you stick with me, we make it work to our advantage. No, I did not. I do not believe my affirmations. You don't have to believe your affirmations. You won't believe them until you start seeing progress. Then when you start seeing progress, then you're like, oh shit, Now it's a lot easier to believe your affirmations. Do I believe them all now? 1,000%. Because I know my power, right? And you guys are all finding your power. And so this person, raging bitch. I don't think, if you have confirmation of gutter trash, then I don't say ignore the 3P. Just assume there is no 3P. I would never give that advice unless you don't have any confirmation of that. If you don't have any confirmation of that, then absolutely. What third party? They're loyal, faithful, and committed to me, okay? So there's that. But for most people that get the confirmation, it's not so easy to assume that they're not there. Ask me how I know that, right? So instead, we want to sit there and we want to change your assumption of the gutter trash. Like, they're a raging bitch, they're fucking crazy, whatever it is that you want, okay? That's gonna work for you. So once you start identifying that, and like, he hates her, he fucking literally hates her ass. Like, tell yourself that, okay? Because what's gonna happen is now you've built a wedge between them, okay? Now there's problems in the paradise. So while you're splitting your affirming time, 50% that wedge, and then 50% towards you and SP, what's gonna happen is this wedge is gonna grow, okay? Now, the gutter trash is gonna do what everybody did what you did in your relationship when there was troubles in paradise, right? They're going to try to force the 3D. Let me just call them a million times. Let me just leave them. Let me plead my case. Plead. And force a 3D. Well, as you know, based on your own personal experience, that doesn't work. Right? It's like, if that works, then you'd be with your SP, right? If forcing the 3D was what it took. Okay, so now they're going to try forcing the 3D, and all that's doing to your SP is pushing him away, just like it did when you tried to force a 3D and plead your case. What did it do? How did that pan out? Right? It pushed him away. So now that he's pushed away, you are affirming for you and your SP at the same time, and guess where he's going? Right on over to you, bitch. Right on over to you. The goal is to stay consistent, and then once that's all done, send her to the dumpster. Now you focus your efforts on just you and SP. Okay? Don't worry about it anymore. Once she's gone, don't worry about it anymore. Don't breathe life into that. Okay? So therefore it's like, no, we're all dead. Checkmate. And now we can move on. Okay? So that's what I would do when it comes to that situation. That's what works highly effective, is that we need to first create the wedge. And knowing that if everyone is you pushed out, right? And everyone has to act based on your assumptions of them, the gutter trash is no different. She must act on your assumptions of her too, okay, or him. So that's where we leverage to our advantage. Yes, I'm a firm believer to leveraging everything to our advantage. Will it be more effective if you do yoga and say negative affirmations to the gutter trash? Stay focused. Hey, you know what? First of all, Marisol, if you can do yoga, amen to you, sis. Amen to you. Me, on the other hand, outside of the downward dog, I have no idea about yoga. But I should try it. I should actually try it. I think it would help with like flexibility. So if that keeps you focused, then yeah, absolutely you can do that. I'm not going to create, here I never create assumptions in you. I'll only speak from my personal experience, first of all, but I don't ever create assumptions in you that won't benefit you. So if yoga's your shit, then yeah, do it. But I'm not going to tell you, yeah, if you do yoga and say your negative affirmations, that it'll help you stay focused. I don't fucking know. But if that's how you focus your mind, girl, do you. Do you. But I need to work my mobility, so I should try yoga. I'm actually getting into pelvic Pilates. You should look that shit up. In fact, all you ladies should do that. So, you know, they're very excited every time they see you. If you know what I mean. CVZ, if you can do that, then yeah, then do that. But most people can't. Okay? Most people can't. And what most people find is they end up stalking their profiles, right? They end up stalking the gutter trash's profile, and they end up doing that type of stuff. Plus, they end up consuming their thoughts about it. Like, I wonder what they're doing right now. What are they doing right now? What are they doing right now? You know, and And so because of that, if you cannot ignore it, then you affirm them away. Okay? But if you can't, but it takes discipline. It takes discipline because either way, okay, here's my analogy when it comes to that. I actually personally think it's completely impossible for you to ignore something 100% of the time, right? It's completely impossible for you to ignore something 100% of the time. So you may do well at ignoring at first, right? But then if you think about the gutter trash, you have to affirm the opposite. Right? Like, and you can literally do anything. You can literally just tell yourself, I don't know, like anytime you think about that person, you can literally just be like, I don't know anyone like that. No one like that exists in my reality or in his life. You can literally tell yourself that as like a safety net. But if you ever think about that person, you must do something. Okay? You can't shove it aside because again, it compounds, right? It keeps it right in place. So I would just tell yourself that, like, I don't know anyone like that. I don't know anyone like that. Okay, no one like that exists in my reality, and they'll go away. Well, I obsess over my stuff. So, Marcel, it took not very long at all. Probably like a week or two, maybe, if that. Because the situation was different, right? It's different if they're not living together. You know what I'm saying? So it took a little bit of long, but he started repeating that very quickly. What happens on a call with me? You know, that's funny. A lot of us, I had a call yesterday and he's like, I'm ready for you to yell at me. I said, you know, ironically enough, coaching calls, I don't yell at you. I actually don't. And that's because we need to get to the problem, right? So I let you talk and so forth, and then I pinpoint exactly what the problem is. And then we course correct the problem. Now, after the coaching call, if you think that you're going to come in my shit, go ahead, ask Ingrid. If you think you're going to come in my shit, because you get tech support, right? Because I want to hear what's going on, if you're wavering, if you're having any problems or any of that stuff, right? So it's like, if you think you're going to text me tomorrow after our call and be like, so I fucked it. Like, I'm wavering a lot. Like, this is what I saw, this, that, and the third. Yeah, well, then the yelling at you and checking your ass is going to commence. Yeah, because I told you what to do. I told you what the problem is. And I love that because I always tell you guys, keep me in the loop. Tell me where you're struggling. Tell me if what's going on. But I am going to check your ass because I need to make sure you stay on track. You know, I'll be like, what the fuck are you doing right now? You know, I'll be like, what the fuck no, it's individual, girl. It's an individual plan. I don't put you in a group. The WhatsApp community is a group, but no, for texting, it's just you and I. But yeah, I will tell you, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'll leave you a voice note, like, what the fuck are you doing? That's not what I told you to fucking do. So you need to get your shit together. That's like literally how those go. So that's how that goes. But I'm here to help you. So that's why I laughed. I was like, no, I yell at you guys here on TikTok all the time, like a psycho. And it was funny because Carl said that, where he literally was like, I told you guys this is where I tell you guys, you guys need to be careful what the fuck you're throwing out there. Okay. Because did I not tell you guys the other, like a week ago, I was like, you know, it dawned on me that people join your lives at all different times. And could you imagine people join my live as I'm checking your asses and they're like, and Carl, that's exactly how he came across my live. I was in the middle of my rant at you guys and he was like, maybe I'll stick around. And then somebody else said the exact same thing yesterday. She goes, what did I just step into? She's like, but I like it. It's what I need to hear, right? And so I think that's funny. Look at this, Candy Cake. You're on fire, girl. Mm-hmm. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If you want to pivot, then be like, you're texting my phone. Yeah, you only text me on my phone. You tell him whatever you want him to do. He'll text you on the app or he'll text you on the phone. Whatever the pleasure. Thanks, girl. I have no idea how to not be authentically me. At least, like sometimes people be like, I like how you simplify things. I'm like, I wouldn't even know how to sound intellectual about the shit. I could try, I guess. But for me, I learned simple, right? It's you have to dumb the shit down and it has to make sense to you, right? And I've learned a lot of things. So I try to tell you guys what the fuck, like learn from my mistakes, learn from my errors of ways, if you will, and be careful what you are out here assuming. Like you literally need to be careful what you're saying. Okay, because I have said things to you guys on here, and it proves true, even though that wasn't my intention, you know. And so I'm just like, well, what in the fuck, Jen? Get your shit together, you know. So it's a process, and that's where I tell you guys need to give yourself some fucking grace. Okay, own your power 1000%. Don't ever let anybody take you off that pedestal. You should know. Oh, somebody asked about theta waves. My bad, girl. I didn't mean to, you know, go over you. Theta waves are good. I won't tell you it's necessary, right? Like you don't need to listen to theta waves while you're affirming or while you're doing your affirmations, but theta waves puts you in a hyper relaxed state, basically hypnosis. That's what it is. Okay, so those waves are putting you in hypnosis. So is that beneficial? Yeah, it is, because it's putting you in state akin to sleep, which is where your subconscious mind is wide open to suggestion. Okay, and which is where you need to put it. Okay, we're doing conscious manifesting, but the more you say something, it now goes into the subconscious programming, which is where your assumptions are, which is where they live. Okay. And so theta waves does help with that. Okay. But it's literally like a daydream state. So if that's what you want to do, do you. I didn't do that. Just because I choose not to overcomplicate shit. I chose not to try, if you will. You know, is the more you are looking for things, right? Oh, like this helps. Oh, this helps. Oh, this helps. A lot of shit helps. But it's like, now you're trying too hard. It's like, you know, I need 50. It's like kind of like when I was doing the law of attraction shit, right? You get them down this technique rabbit hole and now you're doing like 55,000 techniques a day. How the fuck do you know which one's working or if it's not working? Because you are just doing too much stuff. You're doing too much shit. Versus if you were literally to be like, no, I got this shit. Okay, this is my reality. I got this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be me. I'm going to do exactly what I did. And I'm going to just do the opposite. I don't meditate. No, Taz. Oh, Taz. I'm so proud of him, by the way, or her. I'm thinking it's him based on his car of choice. But man, he's a master at this shit. He's a master of it. Why? Because he's listening to me and one other person, which is what I told you guys. Don't go down this whole fucking rabbit hole of 55 people you're listening to, okay? Of course, I should always be one of them because I don't lie to you and I'm honest with you and I tell you shit. But he's a master at that shit. Like, he's like, you know, and now he's manifesting his car, which is already in his driveway. Yeah, he just went and got coffee in his car today, guys. Mm-hmm. That's the level of delusion it takes. Is you guys want to sit there and say you know shit, but you don't. You don't. You'll be like, oh, I know he wants to be with me. Oh yeah. Then why are you checking his fucking social media every 5 minutes? Why are you looking at? Thanks, girl. Why are you looking to see if he read your message? Why are you reacting to all the shit you think is going on behind the scenes? Like, why are you doing all that if you know you're in a relationship? Because you guys know you wouldn't be doing any of that shit if you were in a relationship. So you don't know you're in a relationship, which is why I find it hard for these bitches out here online that tell you just live in the end. No, you guys can't even stop reacting to fucking one stupid little thing, let alone live in the end of a relationship. Like, that's really hard for the fair amount of people to do because you're reacting to everything. If you're reacting to everything, if you do that in your relationship, that is part of your problem. That is part of your problem is I don't want 5,500. No one wants to deal with 5,500 questions or an altercation every time they fucking go out somewhere. And they should know. Your SP should know what they're going to come home to. Are they going to come home to confrontation, to arguing, to any of that shit? That's part of your problem. Okay, this is a huge part of your problem, is you guys need to stop doing that shit, which is why we start now. You don't want to learn this shit? Oh, you're a her. Damn, I judged you based on your car. That's awful. I said that like I know what cars are. I just know BMW. But I guess it could have been like an SUV. I don't fucking know. Do you know how long I had my SUV and I had no idea what model it was? I was like, I don't know. They're like, how do you not know? I'm like, I don't know. It had all the shit that I wanted. I still don't even know how to use half the crap in my car. My brother would be like, how do you not know how to turn on the TVs in the back seat? I said, I don't know. Do I look like I sit in the back seat of my own damn car? Why would I need to turn on the TVs? That's what my daughter's job is to learn how to do. Okay. I barely learned how to tune my Bluetooth. And in California, you can't even be on the phone and drive. And I've gotten 2 cell phone tickets and I have Bluetooth in my car. And those things are $250, $240 a pop. That's right, that's right. You assign the meaning to everything you see. You must get real good at assigning only the meanings you want, not your hypothetical shit. Because you guys love to assign hypothetical shit to everything. Even though that's not what you want. Even though that's not what you fucking want. And I don't understand. That's right, girl. Of course they did, Bear. Of course they saw you in their dreams. That's because all they can do is think about you. They can't even sleep at night because they can't stop thinking about you. That's right. Reel them in. Reel them in. Once you guys hook them, all you have to do is reel them in. That's it. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. It's only difficult because you guys get too stuck in your thoughts. You guys react to every fucking thing, and then they say something that you don't like and you react. Instead of doing what I fucking told you guys to do and look at everything as feedback, you need to look at everything as feedback and say, oh, they said something I didn't like. Where did I go wrong here? I went wrong somewhere. So where did I go wrong? What was I thinking about that led up? You don't even have to go digging. Okay, you don't need to go like, where did I go wrong? Let me go back in the past 3 months since we've been talking. No, you really don't have to do that. You literally probably only have to go back the past 24 hours. And yeah, I know, Ingrid, that's why we're going to chat. You had her right there. But I know, I know one place, I know one, based on what you said, I know one thing you did wrong. Okay. And then the second thing, now we got to fix. Okay. But that's okay. Because everything can be undone. Don't worry about it. But that's usually what happens is you don't have to sit there and be like, where did I go wrong? Let me go back the past 5 months of talking to this person. No, just go back to the last 24 hours of your mind, of your thoughts. Just go back. And that's right, girl. Now keep going, candy cakes. Keep going, candy cakes, okay? Persist in that truth. Persist in that version, and he will conform. And he will continue to confirm and confirm and confirm. Now we'll get that baby. But if you go back 24 hours prior to this, you will know where you went wrong. Like, you literally be like, damn, I thought about this, or I thought about that. And that's why I tell you guys, it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. So it's like you thought about it one time, or you thought about it twice in the past 24 hours, and boom, we went backwards. That's okay though, because you can go forward. Just as, and you guys forget this, just as easy as you went backwards, you can go forward, right? Is it harder to drive backwards, or is it easier to drive forward, right? So why not just keep pushing forward? Just keep pushing forward. And they have to conform. That's what you guys should be reminding yourself every fucking day, is they have to conform. They must conform. Like, this is inevitable. They have to do it. They don't have a choice. So they must do this. So if I go into the notion of that and I persist, then it must become true. There's no other way. There is no other way. you know, but it's checking, and you guys got to get good at this shit. You need to get good at this, because when you're good at this, you're starting with SP. But when you're good at this, you realize you can do any fucking thing. You can have whatever the hell you want, and you could have it when you want it. Okay? So challenge yourself. Like the fact that I could do this, I could do that. Just like I could do this, I could fucking do that. I could have whatever the fuck I want. The world is my playground. And so because the world is my playground, I'm going to treat it as such. And I'm going to create, your life is a sandcastle. So fucking create that shit, bitch. Create it. What do you want in your life? You guys should be affirming or manifesting in all areas of your life. In all areas of your life. It takes discipline. We're evolving as individuals. If you didn't notice what I fucking said, we're evolving as individuals, okay? You're doing this for yourself. Because when you do this for yourself, you're going to find holy shit, I really am in control. I'm in complete control. So what's next? What else do I want? I want to have a wonderful relationship. The best relationship of my life. But I also want to have a lot of fucking money too. I also want to be able to go on trips with my honey, right? I also want to have great health, because who gives a fuck if I get my boo back if I fucking die 6 months later? That was all for nothing. So I want great health too. I want, maybe your family's in shambles. No, I want a great family, all of these things. There's so many more different things in life than just one goddamn person. Okay. Some of these names, I don't know. So, we'll just call you Heart. We'll call you Heart. Okay. We'll say this one more time. Sorry if you're tired of hearing about it, but a lot of you need to keep remembering this if you are dealing with a 3P, aka gutter trash. So Heart, we call them gutter trash around here. That's our thing. That's what we call it. So like I said before, if you're dealing with that, then basically you need to give that gutter trash 3P a new identity. What do you want to assume to be true about her? Okay. That benefits you. Okay. You don't want to assume she's an amazing person. No, not at all. Right. Because that doesn't benefit you. So instead, what's going to benefit you? Right? What's going to benefit you? Okay. So what's going to benefit me is they're crazy or they're a raging bitch, right? They got anger fucking issues. She's got anger problems, right? So that benefits you because she now must show up that way in your reality to your SP. Okay. And what else do you want to assume about your SP when it comes to the gutter trash? He fucking hates her. He literally fucking hates her. He can't stand her. He's literally disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. He fucking hates her, right? That's what you affirm for. That's what you affirm for, because while you're doing that, it goes like this. Okay? So when you do that, now you've created the wedge, right? You're over here. So now the wedge is there. So gutter trash is going to do what you tried to do to save your relationship. Force the 3D. And as you know, based on your own personal experience, that shit doesn't work. Okay? So, I'm don't take my word for it. Just look at how did that work out for you? It didn't work out for you very well, right? So instead it's okay, I've created the wedge. So now she is going to try and force the 3D with SP, which we know backfires, right? Because you tried to do that when you broke up and it didn't work. Instead, this wedge grows. Now, it's a repellent. Every time she tries to force the 3D, he pushes further away. And now, since you're also affirming for you and SP, now you bring him to you. That's how that works. Okay? That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. And then once you get confirmation, once you know that the gutter trash was taken to the dumpster, then now you just focus your efforts on you and SP. Okay? Because now you strengthen that bond and ensure that that person goes away. But you can't breathe life into that person anymore once you know they're gone. Ingrid. You understand? I know you're listening, bitch. I know you're listening. We can't breathe life into that anymore. It's a thing from the past. That book, that chapter, closed. Trash was taken out. What you need to bring the trash for? back for, right? Is the more you breathe life into that, once you know that they're gone, Ingrid knows what happened. What happened? Because you kept acknowledging the gutter trash, even when they were gone. Okay, and you got confirmation of that, but you kept going back. Yes, I do, and I'll have to take a look at that again. I'll take a look at that, okay? But if you acknowledge that, that's what brought that gutter trash back. We can't do that, but that's okay. That's okay, because you're going to keep the assumptions you have of that person, and you're going to keep doing. You're going to go do what you did, so therefore you banish the girl from the scene all over again, and she stays gone. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so that's it's not. It's different. I gotta stop saying it's not hard, but I don't want to create an assumption in you that it's hard, because it's not hard. It just takes discipline. It takes learning self-control. It takes learning that this is how, your SP is one thing, but in life, this is how your life is functioning. This is exactly how everything in your life is operating. So where we start with one person and you can see them conforming, that should be telling you guys that, okay, I am literally the operant power here. So if I can get a whole person to change, to do the things that you want them to do, then what Ingrid did is exactly what I just told you to do, Marcel. She changed the assumption of her, and it was confirmed by her SP, and then she affirmed her away. But at some point we have to stop acknowledging that person when they go away, right? And so because of that, you can banish them away again. It's really quite simple. It's really quite simple. But it takes discipline. Like every fucking thing else that you're manifesting, you have to discipline yourself. You have to stay focused and realize that when you have these fucking thoughts, you have to flip them. You have to not shove them aside. That shit is stupid as fuck, right? Because what happens if you bury something and it rains? Well, the shit starts to come back up to the surface. Okay, so you can't just bury shit away. I hate when people tell you that. Just shove it aside. Just keep shoving all these negative thoughts. It's cool. You had 50,000 of them today. Just shove them all aside. The fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, see? That's all it takes. That's literally all it takes. And then it kills you every time when they actually say exactly what you said. And then you're just like, because there's a lot of people that are getting massive ass movements because I teach you simple shit that's working. So why the fuck do you need 50,000 affirmations, and why do you need 50,000 techniques and to further complicate your manifestation journey? It is fun when they repeat your affirmations. It is fun when they repeat your affirmations. But by overcomplicating it, it's like, this is why it gets overwhelming for you guys and exhausting, because you're overcomplicating the shit. You're constantly adding new things, new tools to your tool belt. And now you've got 15 things that you're trying to do every day. And you're like, it's exhausting. Of course it's exhausting. That sounds exhausting. Like, if you're going to do certain things because it's going to benefit you, cool. But don't get stuck in this whole I need to do it all the damn time type stuff, right? Like meditating, I think meditating is great. Very therapeutic for people. But treat it for what it is, okay? Treat it for what it is and be like, yeah, meditation is very therapeutic. It makes me feel better. And so it helps me get in a relaxed, calm state. Cool. But we don't want to be like, well, if I don't meditate, I have to meditate so I can get my SP back. No. What? No. Absolutely not. We don't want to do that. I had a car accident and now I'm sad. How to manifest good things? Well, 3D. Well, Fatty, we're going to stop talking about the car accident. Okay? We're going to stop talking about the car accident. I don't know what happened from that, but I'm willing to bank that there was a spiral. Okay? And typically it's because you're in problem state. You're in problem state. So therefore, one thing happens, then another fucking thing happens, then another thing happens, then another thing happens. And it's like, fuck my life. That's usually how it goes, right? And literally, I think that's literally where that statement comes from. Fuck my life. See? Told you guys. Told you guys. The call of the raccoon. I told you guys, you can freaking manifest winning the lottery. It's not difficult. This stuff isn't difficult. It's discipline. It's discipline because you have to come from an expectation of things. You just have to know, okay? But just like how you know you're blocked on social media, just how you expect your SP to ghost you, to not talk to you, to be rude to you, to do all that stuff, you just have to do the opposite. So all you have to do is just start being like, okay, I just need to, there we go, look at that, manifest their boyfriend proposing to me. It is 1,000% real. Just stop overcomplicating the shit, right? Like, stop overcomplicating things. You don't need a magic glass of water. You don't need a script. You don't need to write shit down 55 times for 5 days, or what is it, 5 by 50? Yeah, 5 days. You don't need to do the 3-6-9 method. You don't need a fucking quantum leap. You don't need to freaking, exactly. Thank you. I like you already. That's what I was just going to say. Like vision board. Did you vision board your breakup? Did you vision board being broke? I don't think so. Did you have to do any of those techniques to get where you're at now? No. I don't think you scripted that your SP fucking hates you and wants nothing to do with you and then blocked you and you know, I don't think you did any of that shit, did you? I don't think so. Exactly. The technique is all you. It's always been you. The only people teaching you that you need technique after technique after technique are the people that are teaching you technique after technique after technique. It's literally the only people saying that. Like literally the only people saying that shit. Okay. So we want to know, like, all you have to do is say, what got me here? Cool. All I got to do is the opposite. That's it. Problem solved. I just have to do the opposite. I thought this way for a long ass fucking time. I went down this whole stupid little rabbit hole of self-loathing and being the victim of fucking everything. So not anymore. Not any fucking more. Victim of what? I ain't the victim of shit. And neither are you, bitch. You are not the victim of anything, okay? You are not life is not happening to you unless you allow it to happen to you. And literally the people that are letting life happen to them are the ones that are broke, the ones that nothing seems to be going right in their life. They're miserable. And all they do is fucking bitch and complain all goddamn day. That's all that is. That's all that is. Okay, first of all, AI world, get your head out of your ass. Okay? Get your head out of your ass. You don't let shit go that you want. Never let shit go that you want. The only thing you need to let go is the resistance. Okay? You need to let go of the fucking old story, of the old thoughts that you have against what it is that you want. That's the only thing you need to let go of. Okay? But you never let go of shit you want. Ever. I hate fucking people that say that. That shit's stupid. Never doing that. Yeah, okay. Fatih, so yes, you had a car accident. But my guess is you were in problem state before that car accident happened, okay? Where something happened, and maybe it was a cycle where you're in a funk and you're like, nothing's going right in my life right now. Boom, car accident happens. Because it's matching that state. It's matching your inner conversation. So if you don't think that things are going your way, then nothing is going to go your way. Okay, now it's one thing after another, after another, after another, after another, and you're like, what the fuck? FML. If it's on one thing, it's another. If it rains, it pours. That's where those sayings come from. Because you're in everything is going wrong fucking state. And when you're that way, I love that for us. When you're in that fucking state, nothing goes right because you're in everything goes wrong state. Instead, you have to stop acknowledging that shit and say, what car accident? Fuck the car accident. I'm fine. I am fine. And again, you can assign meaning to everything. So maybe you're like, you know what? I had to get in a car accident because that means a new car is on its way, bitch. That means a new car is on its way, right? But you have to put yourself in the everything in my life is perfect state, okay? Okay, well, I'm going to have to take a caveat to you, Miss Call It of the Raccoon. High vibes is great, but high vibes is not necessary to manifest because it's unrealistic for you to walk around being in high vibes 24/7. I mean, it's easy to be in high vibes 24/7, I guess, if you have like fucking everything. But even then, I don't think so, right? Because like in your relationship, you're never going to argue. You're never going to have a disagreement. I'm sure you will, right? That's not going to put you in high vibe, things like that. So should you be in high vibe? Yeah, if you can, but don't create the assumption that you must be in high vibe to manifest. Don't do that, guys. Because I tell you guys that everything that you tell yourself is an assumption, right? And so we don't want to, it creates an assumption, excuse me. So we don't want to create assumptions that don't benefit us, that are going to hurt you in your manifestation journey, right? Which is why I say we don't want to get in this vicious cycle of nothing's working. I need a technique. Let me get another technique. Wait, hold a minute. I want this to happen even faster. Let me go get another technique. Wait, let me go do this one too. And then let me go fucking do this one. And now you've got 10 techniques as a part of your daily goddamn routine. Because what you're telling yourself is, if I don't do all 10 of these techniques, then I ain't going to get shit. Right? Nothing's working. It's not working fast enough. That's not true. Mike, God, dude, you got to come up with something else. Scammer School is off the chart. Come up with something else. Yeah, so you don't want to do that. So don't do that. If you're going to create, if you want to create assumptions, they need to be like, I am the technique. I don't need a goddamn technique. What fucking technique? I don't need shit. I just need to be. I just need to be, and I just need to affirm for what it is that I want. I need to focus my thoughts towards only what it is that I want. And then every time the 3D tries to trigger me or I want to react, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to discipline my mind. I need to discipline my mind. I need to discipline my mind. Because that's what led you to where you're at now, is lacking the discipline. Lacking the fucking discipline. You need to discipline yourself. Period. There's no reason why you should be feeling good one minute and not feeling good the next. Trying to force the 3D over and over and over again. How the fuck is that working out for you? Go ahead. How's that working out? Because a lot of you can't help yourself but try to force the 3D, force the 3D, force for 3D. Because you're looking for confirmation. You can't do that because you're constantly getting confirmation. So what the fuck are you looking for? But when you try to force the 3D every time, it never works. I have yet to have somebody be like, yep, that totally worked. Yep, that totally worked. Ren, I hope you're going to back that stupid fucking comment up with another one that says, but they messaged me back. This ain't your first date, bitch. They say, I know who you guys are. Okay, and I know who's I know who's new and I know who's not new. So if you're not new, why? That's right. I already knew it. I was like, you better back that shit up, because I was about to get real pissed off at you. I was about to get super pissed off at your ass. I was like the dreaded red button. But you guys need to stop fucking reacting. You have to discipline your mind. You have to understand, I'm in control. And if you literally sit there and say, I'm in control of fucking, I scratch myself. I'm in control of fucking everything. So if I am not disciplining my mind and I'm continuously reverting back to the negative shit, how can I be mad that nothing is changing? How can I be mad about that? The only thing I can be mad about is myself, because I'm the one doing this to myself. You're the one doing this to your fucking self. Why do you keep doing this to yourself? Why? For what purpose? Why is it so easy for you to think the worst, to think the negative, to think about all the bad shit? But when it comes to thinking about the positive, the man that you fell in love with, the person that you want, why is that difficult? Why the fuck is that a challenge? I don't know about you, but I'd rather live in a fantasy all fucking day long than live in a horror film all day fucking long, than live in a sappy, sad movie all day long. Why would you want that for yourself? Why do you insist on fighting for that? And I know you're insisting on fighting for that because you keep bringing the stupid shit up. You can't discipline yourself. You keep reverting back. I just need to call him. Do you think I should call him? If you have to ask yourself, should I call him? The answer to that is no. The answer to that is no. Because you don't know, because you asking that stupid ass question tells me that you don't know how they're going to respond. And if you don't know how they're going to respond, don't call them. Don't message them. Because you're only triggering yourself. You're only setting yourself up to revert back. You're only setting yourself up for disappointment because you're not disciplining yourself. You're growing impatient. And I say, get impatient, but fucking get impatient in here. not out here. You can't do that. You cannot do that. I don't care. Me and my boyfriend had a little bit of a disagreement. Do you see me blowing his shit up? No, for what? For what? What I need to do that for? No, I don't need to do that shit. You know why? Because I discipline it in here. I discipline it in here and I focus. And you need to fucking focus. It's not that difficult because you're doing the exact fucking same thing I'm telling you to do. You're doing it already. But you're doing it in all the bad shit you don't want. All the fucking bad shit you don't want. And you're wondering why that shit isn't changing. Change it here. And it must change here. I didn't say change it here and it must fucking change here. That's not how this shit works. If you try to change it out here, guess what's going to happen? They're going to confirm your thoughts. And if your thoughts aren't in alignment with new version, better version of them, guess what? They're going to tell you all the shit you don't want to hear. They're going to hurt your fucking feelings over and over and over and over again. Why do you want that? You're going to be fucked up if you think I'm going to sit there and let somebody hurt my feelings over and over and over again and then come back for more. What the fuck do you look like? Why are you letting yourself be a punching bag? Why? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you getting all in your fucking thoughts about everything you don't want, about how he's an asshole and how he's fucking terrible and a mean, awful person? Oh, we're screwing about life, girl. When you're the one that's creating this, you're the reason they're not texting you. You're the reason why they're not conforming. You're the reason why your life is exactly how it is. So I need you to own that shit. Because the minute you can own it and realize that you created this shit, you can create something new. That's the only way you can actually create something new, is when you stop living as a victim of fucking everybody. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. You are the creator. So what the fuck? How stupid do you look victimizing yourself over and over and over again? He said this. Who gives a fuck what they said? I tell you this all the fucking time. Fuck what anyone tells you. You shouldn't give a goddamn care about what any fucking body tells you. Fuck them. Fuck what's coming out of their mouth, because you know what? Only you can change what the fuck's coming out of their mouth. It isn't them, because all they're doing is reflecting you. So why in the fuck do you keep letting them reflect what the fuck you don't like? Why? No, stop it. Fuck what they say. Because all they're doing is reflecting your thoughts. That's all they're doing. They're conforming 1,000% of the time. 24/7, they're conforming. So what are they conforming to? What version are they conforming to? Because if it isn't the one you want, then change the shit now. Change it now. And persist in the new version of them. Persist in only expecting that version of them. The loyal, the faithful, the committed partner for you. Your perfect person. I don't give a fuck who he is to everybody else. You think I care who he is to everybody else? No. But to me, he's my perfect person. Period. And I won't settle for fucking less. And if they revert back, no. Let me bring you on back, baby. Let me bring you on back. But you must start seeing the best in everybody. The best in everything. Why the fuck are you settling? Why are you settling in life? Why are you settling in your career? Why the fuck are you settling in your finances? Why are you settling, period? For shit you don't like, for things that are hurting your feelings. Fuck that. No more are they going to hurt your fucking feelings, because they're only reflecting you. So the only one hurting your feelings is fucking you. Why are you doing that? You are a bitch. Yes, you're bringing her back and she's fucking staying. Period. Because this is your reality. So you need to get a grip on your reality and give yourself a fucking break. Give yourself a break. Understand, you can't screw it up unless you tell yourself you fucked it up. Well, then you're right. But it's okay. Even if you revert back, bring that shit back. This is discipline, guys. This is life in general. It's nothing but a feedback. Nothing but a feedback loop. That's all it is. And it's like, I don't like this. How did I create this? That's everything you should be asking yourself. I don't like this. How did I create this? Ooh, they said this. How the fuck did I create that? Oh, this happened. How did I create that? And I promise you, you will notice exactly how you fucking created that, so you can change that. But you can't fucking change that if you persist in your your current reality. You guys keep fighting. You want a change in your reality. You want your 3D to change, but you can't change your thoughts. That's fucking stupid because you know that's exactly what's creating your 3D reality right now. So what the fuck are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I don't know about you, but there has to become a time when you are fucking all done. When you're done crying every fucking night. When you're done staring at a picture fucking lonely as shit. There has to become a time when you're fucking done. And when you're done, and I mean done, you will get a grip. You will get a fucking grip and you will decide. But it's so easy for us to hit rock bottom, for us to lose everything before we get a goddamn grip. No, why? Change it now. Change it now. You understand? Do you understand? Because now that that's out the way, for now, now that that's out the way for now, we can move forward. Because I need you guys to understand that you're creating this shit. You're creating things to hurt your fucking feelings. Why? Why? Yeah, that's right. Until later. Hey, girl. Hey, Linda. We can't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore. We have to stop reacting. We have to know how we created this. We don't need to apologize. You don't need to fucking apologize to a goddamn person. Change it. That's all you have to do is change it. Change it now. Change it right now, because you're curating every fucking thing. No matter how small and stupid it is, you're creating it. That's the sucky part. That's the sucky part, is realizing that, holy shit, I'm creating this. I'm creating this, I'm creating this, I'm creating this. You're creating everything. Even the minutia, small ass fucking shit you're creating. And it's no different for anyone else. I'm not going to ever sit here and act like I'm fucking perfect. Never. I would never sit here and be like, I don't ever fuck up. I'm this master ass bitch that just manifests all the positive shit, never the negative shit. That's fucking stupid. That's so fucking stupid, because that's lying to yourself, right? Anyone that comes on there and acts like they just got a great ass fucking life and they're just only manifesting the positive shit, they're not manifesting shit. Well, they are, but I mean, because they're always manifesting, but they're lying to you. They're lying to you, because there's no way that you're only manifesting the positive shit unless 100% of your thoughts are positive. If 100% of your thoughts are positive, or you've created the assumption that your negative thoughts don't manifest, they're manifesting both. Okay? Which is why you have to be careful, which is why I'm learning on the TikToky live that even things that I say are showing up every fucking day. Even the things I don't want show up because of things I say. And this is all your fucking fault. I'm just kidding. I'm the victim. I'm just kidding. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. Okay? But take control, and take control now. You need to take control now. And understand that you're always manifesting. It isn't something you're learning how to do. You are learning how to control what you're manifesting, but you can't fucking stop it, bitch. You cannot stop it. You cannot turn it off and take a fucking break and be like, this is exhausting. This is so exhausting. I'm just going to take a day off. Huh? The fuck are you talking about? And I hate when some of you say it's exhausting. Because all that tells me is, because how's manifesting exhausting? How is getting what you want exhausting? Because you're not saying it's exhausting to get everything you don't want. You're not claiming it's exhausting there. But you're claiming it's exhausting when it comes to getting what you actually do want. That's there we go, James Button. There we go. Challenge accepted. Okay. But it's the only reason that, and when you guys tell me, oh, good Lord, these people drive me nuts. No, I don't want to. Oh, yeah, I do want to block this bitch. I'm going to block and put a filter word. The only word that's not going to be allowed on my lives is 5 people. That'll kick all the scam artists out of my lives, because they all say 5 people. 5 people. So therefore they'll all be gone. But that's where hey, you know what? I'm actually manifesting for somebody right now. Okay. It's not difficult to do. Okay. I try, Taz. I can't figure it out because when I click mods, it just shows a bunch of like buttons, but it doesn't say anybody's fucking name. And I was like, well, I don't want to add someone as my mod. And I don't even know who the fuck that person is. But I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Okay. So that's where I think they're bots. Honestly, it's like fucking ManyChat. That's what I think they're using because they literally all say the same thing. Thanks, Glitter Sparkles. That's probably the problem. Oh, that's the problem. I gotta follow you, hoes. But I'd rather follow you than some fucking other trash out there. You know what I mean? So, be careful what you're consuming on said internet, okay? Is the only reason it's exhausting for you, if you find that manifesting is exhausting for you, conscious manifesting, the only reason that is because you're doing too much shit. That would be the only reason it's exhausting. Because robotic affirming to me is not exhausting because I'm thinking the thoughts any goddamn way. Right? You're already thinking 60, 80,000 thoughts a day. So how's it exhausting just to think about the thoughts that you want? That's not exhausting. The only reason it's exhausting is because you're putting too much pressure on it. Is you're robotic affirming, then you're doing meditations, then you're doing, scripting, then you're doing EFT tapping, then you're doing quantum shifting, then you're, see what I'm saying? You got all this shit you got to do every fucking day long. That's why the shit is, you got to change that. If you want to change your For You page, all you got to do is look up something else. All of a sudden, that's all your For You page is all about. So, see what I'm saying? So it's like you have to. It is, Taz, but okay, first of all, it is absolutely fun to think in your favor. However, what you're not going to do is give your goddamn credit and power away to the universe. And alignment, right, is the universe. Like, we're not doing that, okay? The universe ain't bringing you shit, okay? Only you are. But I do agree when you have to be in alignment with what it is that you want. Because a lot of you guys, when you force a 3D, is because you're not in alignment. You're not taking aligned action, right? And what I mean aligned action is, I don't mean because you're affirming that he's calling and texting you that you're going to go blow his shit up. That's not aligned action. I mean aligned with your thoughts about that person, okay? Because a lot of people say, well, should I text him? And I always ask you the same thing. Well, that depends. Do you know if he would respond? Well, yeah, I know if I text him, I know he'll respond. Great, then text him. I understand. I know, Linda. They need a life. I understand that we want to be the opera power, which I mean we are. But I understand that we want to be like, no, fuck him. I want him to text me first. Shit. Okay, I get that. And that sounds very empowering. And you could do that. But that's where you have to align your thoughts, because you have to ask yourself, okay, if I know, why isn't it, because if you're leaving it up to him and you're saying, I know if I text him right now, he'll text me back, but I want him to text me first, then why hasn't he fucking texted you, bitch? Why hasn't he texted you then? Because I'll tell you why. I will answer for you, okay? I will answer for you. The reason why he hasn't texted you back, the reason why he hasn't texted you first is because that's how you view the version of him that you don't want. I've heard this before, where you're reverting back to, I know if I text him that he'll text me back, but I'm always the first one that initiates the contact. That's the story you're telling yourself. That's the version of him you're selecting, which is why he hasn't messaged you yet. So check and see if you've been doing the exercises with us and you haven't gotten a text or you haven't gotten that stuff, then take a look at what you're telling. What is your assumption when it comes to communicating with your boyfriend, right? Take yourself back to when you were dating him. Who was the one initiating the contact? Was it mutual? Was it both? And if that's the case, then you got to bring that back. But oftentimes that's not the case. That's not the case. It was you, and now you've created that, or after the breakup, the only time you talk is when you message him. So now you're creating that assumption that the only time we talk is when I message him. Well, that means he can't message you on his own. So we need to flip that shit. Okay? We need to flip that shit. Girl, Nats, you're always manifesting, girl. So you manifested you back to talking. So continue to manifest you continuing to talk, but move to the next step. Move to the next step, right? Confirm, affirm for, he's always calling and texting me. Like, we talk all day, every day, right? So you want to keep the communication, okay? And if it's irregular, then you want to affirm we're always, right? So therefore it creates that this is a daily occurrence, okay? And then if you haven't seen him, well, now you are, because now he's constantly spending time with you. Okay? Let's do that. Now let's go back to a couple of these things. No, to affirm, you do not have to believe your affirmations, because the reality is you're not going to believe your affirmations until they start to come true, right? Until you start to see movement. When you start to see movement, then it's very easy to believe what you're affirming, right? And really, it only takes one. So it's like, let's say you're affirming that he's always calling and texting me, and then that becomes true for you. How the fuck is it not hard to believe your affirmations, right? Because it's like, well, I affirmed this and it happened. So that means affirmations are a thing, because they're just thoughts. That's all affirmations are, is just thoughts. But in the manifestation world, it's like a job, right? It's like, oh, I got to affirm my life away. And affirming is a thing. It's a technique. It's not. It's thoughts. That's all they are, is thoughts. Repeated. That's it. So Stephanie, I love a good manifesting a celeb. Okay, so first of all, you have to take them entirely off the pedestal. Okay, you cannot see him as a celebrity. You have to see him as a average Joe on the fucking street. Like, the man works at Taco Bell, for Christ's sakes. Like, that has to be how you look at him. Okay, that has to be how you perceive him. Because if you put him on this pedestal of being a celebrity, then you're putting him above you in your own goddamn house. And the reality is, they're just people, right? They're just people that have a different occupation than you, right? They just have a different job. And so you have to normalize him. You have to literally see him as being less than you in your own house, right? Like, you're better than him. Like that, like, whoever I want wants me even more. Like, no one compares to me. That's the attitude you need to have. And, then, so once you've taken him off that pedestal and he is just the average Joe that fucking works at Taco Bell, that's what's going to work. That's all it is when it comes to celebrities, because they're just regular people. So they're just regular people in the fact of they don't have some vortex that goes around them where you can't manifest them. That's not true. You can manifest whoever you want. But the only reason why celebrities are people view as harder to manifest is because they put them on that pedestal. They're still seeing them as a celebrity. But you have to ask yourself, why do 90% of celebrities, if not more, why do if you look at their wives and husbands, they're normal people. They're regular people. Like, they're normal people. So why do they get celebrities and other people don't? Because they treated the celebrity as a normal fucking human being. Okay, they didn't treat them, they didn't come from them starstruck. Okay, they acted like they basically were nobody special. Like, who the fuck are you? Oh, you were in what movie? Oh, I've never seen it. I didn't even know you were an actor. That's the attitude you have to have. Because when you normalize them, that's why they're attracted to normal, everyday people, but not fans. They're not attracted to fans, okay? They're not going to date a fan. But a lot of celebrities, many celebrities, actually I'd say a majority of celebrities have normal, everyday spouses who were nobody. Because those people saw them as regular people. And that's all they want. Celebrities crave normal life. Normalization. Yeah, that's it. Normalization. Celebrities crave being normal. They want to be normalized, which is why they can't stand going out to restaurants and 55 people asking them for their goddamn autograph and a picture with them, right? They want a normal life. So the more you can create that in your mind, a normal life with him, and that he's a normal, everyday person, then he will. And then you'll have him. Fuck his girl. Fuck his gutter trash. I don't give a fuck if he posted, hey, he has a girlfriend last week. Cool. What girlfriend? You are the girlfriend. He has no girlfriend other than you. Send her packing. Send her packing. Go get your man. Go get your man. You gotta get me a celebrity. I don't want a celebrity. I'll take my man just fine. Exactly. Exactly, Doodles. That's really the main premise that you guys keep forgetting, that you guys keep overlooking, is that the most important part of manifesting an SP is how you fucking see them. What are your thoughts about your SP? If you would only think positive thoughts about your SP and that he's like everything you've ever wanted and he treats you like a queen, literally worships the ground that you walk on, and he is the sweetest, most passionate man in the world for you, and you're his only priority, and he's constantly making time for you, and like literally he only has eyes for you. Like he'll do anything to make you happy, and he's constantly communicating with you. Like he's loyal, trusting, and faithful to you. If that's the way you would describe them, then their behavior must match, just like their behavior is matching right now. Their behaviors match. You wouldn't have to try to manifest them back if you would describe them that way while you're affirming, right? Because I won't say you don't need to affirm. You do, because it's easy to, you don't need to affirm for, like, let's say you were decided, I want a new SP. Well, you don't have to fucking affirm for a new SP because you don't have old history with them, right? But when you are getting your SP back, you do have to affirm, because there's a lot of negative thoughts that come up in the process, right? Because of old history and old story. And so you do need to affirm to keep your thoughts in check. But that's the only reason why you're affirming, is to keep your thoughts in check. You don't have to suffocate your thoughts by just affirming, unless you can't discipline your mind. Okay, if you can't discipline your mind, then yeah, affirm as much as you can so you don't give anything another option to get in there. But really, if you would just describe this person as your every fucking thing, they would do that stuff. If you're perfect, if you were, and if you, started describe them like, your fucking boyfriend or girlfriend, don't you think your girlfriend would call you, text you, want to spend time with you, want to take you out? Don't you think that? So what's it going to hurt for you to change the description of how you're thinking about your SP? Because if you're thinking about your SP, that's how I always know. If you don't get a text yet from them, that's because you're not describing them in the way, you're not expecting that behavior from your SP, which means that you're still expecting asshole version. You're not expecting my perfect boyfriend version. And when you're not expecting perfect boyfriend version, you're not going to get it. So why would you not want that, right? So that's how I always know. That's how I always know. Because I was like, they're not conforming. I've seen no movement. Well, that's because you're expecting no movement. You're expecting them not to be that person for you. You're still expecting them to not want to talk to you. Therefore, they literally can't. You guys are the only ones stopping the shit, which is what pisses me off with a lot of you bitches. Is you are stopping all of your manifestations because you're thinking against it constantly. You're constantly having a bitch party fest in your mind about this fucking person and how they are today, and that they don't want to be with me. Exactly. See, Matt Damon, married bartender. Yeah, there's a fair amount of them that don't marry celebrities. A lot of them don't, because for what? They want to feel normal. And the only reason they marry a celebrity, again, is for that same notion, because they want to feel normal. And so they're like, well, I don't know who I could trust, so I may as well just marry another celebrity so we can have a normal-ass life. Because that's literally all anyone ever craves, is normal. So that's what you gotta do. Mystical Willows, that's a great ass. And I didn't even know why I didn't come up with that example. You're right. Who the fuck is Kate Middleton? But she got herself a whole ass prince. Thank you for adding her back. I love Layla. Yeah, she got herself a whole ass prince. And who the fuck is that bitch? Normal. That's it. Like literally, I think it would be funny when he messages you that you're like, who are you? But that's the thing though. If you're going to manifest a celebrity, you can't talk to them like they're a fucking celebrity, okay? Like if he DMs you today, you have to talk to him like he's the average Joe on the fucking street. You can't be like, oh my God, so how was the Grammys? Right away, you're in the fan box. You don't want to be in the fan box, okay? You can't talk to him like that. So that's it. A lot of hip hop artists, a lot of like musicians, normal ass fucking wives, normal ass husbands. It's not, I don't know why people just be like, bam. You have to create that assumption. So Stephanie, you can create affirmations where it's like, and you have to describe him this way, okay? You have to describe him that like he thinks about nothing but me. He doesn't have to know you exist. Don't worry about it. He thinks about nothing but me all day, every day. Your subconscious mind knows who you're referring to, okay? Like he literally cannot stop texting me. He's constantly contacting me. If he has to DM your ass on Instagram, he will. Okay. Like he's constantly trying to get my attention. Like he'll do anything to get my attention. He will. So that's how you're going to get him to notice you. Okay. Also, I don't care. He obviously has a shit ton of pictures online. Pull his picture up, tell his ass what to do. Tell him what to do. In a command authority, and he will. Jasmine, I'm not a visualizer. I can't do it. If I can visualize shit, it'll be a 5-second scene. That's it. If you think I'm gonna go walk through my whole last day visualizing, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Like at all, right? So, but some people are good at it. Some people are really good at visualizing. So if you're really good at visualizing, that's cool. You can play a scene if you want, but I find it much more beneficial to just take a 10-second scene and loop that shit. Because remember, everything is based on repetition, right? So if you're gonna play out a whole 40-minute fucking movie in your mind, you're only gonna play that shit once. But everything's on repetition. So if you were to pull out and say, okay, like let's say you want to get married to the man, right? And ladies, you all know you already know where the fuck you want to get married, let's be honest, okay? And so it's like, let's say, or you want commitment. So you would just literally visualize your man getting down on one knee and putting a ring on your finger. Loop, 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 over and over again. Or you're standing at the altar with you and your husband and you guys give each other over and over and over again. If you want him to come see you, why don't you visualize him showing up at your door, and you open up your door and he's there with flowers over and over and over again. Okay. That's what I would do if you're a visual person. Okay, Jordan, this is the part where we act like an adult. Okay. This is literally the part where we act like an adult, okay? Which is a good question. Thanks, Bevy. Is following other women so fucking what? So what? Who cares? Who cares at all? Like, because, okay, look at it this way. Let's not be naive, okay? Like for one hot little second, let's not be naive. So, I want you to ask yourself this. You're gonna tell me be honest. Just be honest. Nobody has a fucking celebrity they find hot as fuck. Come on, let's be honest. I do. I do. We all have these people that like nobody's gonna go look at a cover of, no lady is gonna go look at a cover of Men's Health magazine and not be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest here, okay? We all find, thanks, Shar, we all find somebody attractive that's like a celebrity or anything like that. Men are the same, okay? Except they don't find celebrities hot. They find sexy bitches hot, right? The ones that are like popping their tits out. Like, you know, models, we'll say models. There we go. I was looking for the word, right? They find models hot. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? That's a natural part of life. You know, on top of that, it's fucking stupid to assume that it's stupid too to think that your SP shouldn't have friends of the opposite sex. Like, why? Most of my friends are guys. So what? It's only a big deal if you choose to make it a big deal, but this is where we have to get good at not reacting to the stupid shit. You know, it's like take it or leave it. Because, you know, like here's where my boyfriend reframes it, right? Because at first, it would bother him, but now he loves when we go out. He loves when we go out because, like, he'll say, like, he used to always tell me, like, every time we go out, people look at you. Like, I know, I can see guys checking you out when you walk by. You know, or people will make a comment and he'll be like, and he'll tell me, he'll be like, yeah, I mean, I know who you're coming home to. So it doesn't really bother me, right? That's the analogy you have to have, is like, that's my dude, that's my chick. So what I give a fuck for if he like goes out or he has like, you know, a couple chick friends, who gives a shit? Because guess who he's with? Me. Guess who he's coming home to every night? Me. So I don't give a fuck, right? There's that level of confidence. This is an insecurity thing, which Jordan's not alone, okay? You're not alone. Don't think you are. In fact, I'm willing to think that like 90% of everyone on here right now has the same insecurity when it comes to the opposite sex and their SP, which is what creates gutter trash, guys. You guys have to remember this, is if you're worried about, they post a story and some chick likes the fucking story. Let's say some chick likes all his posts, right? Is you tend to see the same couple women liking all of his posts. Where's your mind go? Who the fuck is this bitch? Like, why are these women liking his posts, right? You're literally creating gutter trash because you're questioning every goddamn every person that likes their post. Who the fuck has time like that? You are not their manager, bruh. You are, exactly, River Captain, insecurity. You are not their goddamn manager where it's your job to go scroll through every single, who has time for that? To scroll through every single one of their posts and see and take an assessment. Like you got a fucking notebook out and you're like, River Captain, that's the second goddamn post she's liked of mine. Of his. Oh, Mina, I see her. She's consistently liking the post. She gets 2 checks. You know what I'm saying? Like you got this whole fucking thing that you're literally sitting there and taking an assessment. Because most of the people of the opposite sex that your SPs are following, in your mind, you probably think they're hotter than you. They fucking probably are. Like, I'm sure if my boyfriend was big on social media, I'm sure they are too. You know what I'm saying? Because why not? Like, who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? And so it's that type of thing. Yeah, you're an adult, bitch. We're not worried about that shit. Okay? We're not worried about that shit. You know, like, who the fuck has time to sit there and depending if you're like me, I can go and see who follows my boyfriend. Because there's 3 people. But if you're a special person is like thick online, you really gonna sit there and go check out his followers and be like, let me check out all 1,500 of these bitches, and then and then you don't just check them out, you click on each one of the females' fucking photos, and now you're going down their profile. Be like, oh, he likes all these fucking. Ooh, there we go. That's okay. A rooted dance company. Well, when you're SP and you get married, I expect an invite to the wedding. VIP, bitch. VIP fucking P. Okay? Good. Do hypnosis, Jose Cito. I think hypnosis is very powerful. It is very powerful. I shouldn't say I think. It's literally what I do. Okay, guys. I'm in my my recording room, and I just want you guys to know. Oh, yeah. I can't wait. I cannot wait till we go. Oh, and loud. Ooh. I can't wait. Oh, laugh my ass off. It's pouring rain outside, and I risked it all for you guys. That's all right. Oh, yeah. That's right. Let me make the overnight hypnosis for you guys. Yeah, I will do that for all of my peoples. For my VIP and clients, of course. I will go ahead and make an overnight hypnosis auto for all of you guys. But yeah, we got to stop with that. We got to stop with the immaturity. Okay, we really got to stop with the immaturity around here, because this is a lot of your guys' problem. Is like I said, I'm gonna tell you again. If you take a look at the activity you guys have done when it comes to your SPs, not affirming or visual, not the things I tell you to do, but if you were to take a look, oh yeah, it's called In the Wedding, bitch. What are you talking about? Sadly, I don't have very many girlfriends. Sadly, I don't have very many girlfriends, so my admin crew will definitely be in my wedding, 1,000%. And then my boyfriend's gonna be like, who are all these people? So there's that part. But I want you, like, we're going to do, I have to go pee again. Oh, and I have a call coming up soon. I have a call coming up in 30 minutes. So I have a hard stop. For the next 3 days, guys, for the next 3 days, I have a hard stop. But that's okay. 3 hours is a long time. Yeah. He'll probably actually be on the groom's side. Because my boyfriend doesn't have a lot of guy friends either. So we'll be good. We're solid there. Who needs a big wedding party? But it's going to be a rocking good time. That's all I know. But that's what I want for you guys. I really want you guys to take a look back in the past, like in the past 24 hours, ask yourself, my behavior of the past, when it comes to my SP, if I was looking at the profiles, if I was doing all this stupid shit, would I be doing that in the past 24 hours? Would I be doing that? If that was, would I be acting this way and behaving this way and reacting this way if that was my boyfriend or that was my girlfriend? Would I be reacting this way? Would I be doing the things that I'm doing now? You know damn well your ass just said no. So why the fuck are you doing it now? Why are you doing it now? Because that tells me that you're not living in, I'm not going to say the end, but as if that is your man. Because you wouldn't need to stalk his ass. Would you? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't need to wonder if he's going to text you, would you? No. Why wouldn't he? Of course he is. Why wouldn't he? That needs to be you. Okay, that needs to be your mentality. That needs to be where you're coming from, the position you're coming from. Is, no, this is my man. This is what I want. So I'm going to grow the fuck up and I'm going to discipline myself because I don't have time to be stalking their social media. I don't have time. That is time wasted, bitches. That is time wasted. I don't have time to be wondering what the fuck they're doing all day long. You know what I need to start doing? Persisting in my new version. I could use that fucking time and persist in the new version, the girl that I want, the guy that I want and expect to be for me. And then I can affirm, you know, that's what I could be doing with that goddamn fucking time. Because I know what you're doing, because either way you're affirming throughout all of that. But you're affirming against what you want. You're totally affirming against what you want because every time, glad you found me too, James. Because every time you do this stupid shit, you go through their profile, you do all that, guess what? You're affirming. This motherfucker, oh, I knew it. I knew he didn't care about me. I knew he doesn't like me. I knew he's moved on. Well, good golly, Miss Molly. Actually, I fucking love that name. I'm not clever when it comes to names. I'm glad you joined us now because we're about to do a technique here. I teach people how to manifest their SPs back, and I'm good at it. Okay? I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do that. And the amount of case studies I have since I've been doing this for about 4 weeks now, it's like neck and neck with people who have been teaching this shit for years. But that's because I teach what works and I teach what I did. And I teach manifesting in steps, not living in the fucking end. I mean, because technically living in the end would be like living old and gray in a nursing home together, right? If that's living in the end. Just throwing that out there. How far in the end do you want to go? Girl, Mona, I think that's fantastic. That I'm assuming flatmate means he's living with you. I'm pretty sure. that that's it. So that's great. So now bring him into your bed. Relationship. I took it dirty already. To the grave and beyond. Here we go to the next timeline. We're going on right to the next timeline. I blocked 3P. Is that a form of affirming? It helps to not look at her page anymore. I think that's great. Nah. I think that's great. Just make sure you don't look. Learn from me. Because you'd almost rather them block you. Right? Because you can block them, but then you can just unblock them. But if they block you, or just turn their shit on private. I'd prefer that too. Just turn on private. Then you gotta look at it and trigger your ass. Okay, we're gonna do this exercise real quick, cause she'll dig. She's gonna dig your ass back up. Be like, round 2, bitch. Second lifetime together. Second lifetime together. I teach you all things manifestation. Okay, all things manifestation. Where if you want to manifest. Mainly SPs, that's my focus now, but I've done weight loss. I've lost over 100 pounds in less than a year. No diet, no exercise. So that's how I got my start here. So I teach weight loss, business success, money. I'll teach you I'll teach you how to manifest whatever I have successfully manifested. I will not come out here and be like, well, I'm going to teach you how to do this. And I never did that shit. That's stupid and fucking phony. And because there's basic principles to manifestation, but not all manifestation is the same. Okay, like there's other things, like the way that you're going to manifest money is not the way that you manifest an SP. Not the same way. That's outside of affirming. You know what I mean? So outside of that. So that's what I teach. So get your phones out. Okay, get your phones out because we're gonna do this one more time. Sure, Stara. Yeah, everything is an assumption, okay? Everything is an assumption. So your subconscious mind, your body only answers to one entity, and that is your mind, okay? Your body does not know what's good or bad for you. It only knows what you tell yourself, so your body responds accordingly, right? Which is why if your mind stops working, your body shuts down, right? Because it functions off your mind. So like here, I have a piece of chicken, right? Which we know is healthy for us, right? That's what the experts tell us. Don't listen to what any of the experts tell you about shit, by the way. But we know that that's healthy for us. Now, what do the experts say about this? If I don't spill it all over my ass. Rice. I tell you, that shit is bad for you. You need to do gluten-free brown rice. Do the brown rice or the cauliflower rice, right? All that stupid shit. So we know this. And these are assumptions that we have. So when you eat the chicken, you're subconsciously, you know that that's good for you. That's what you've told yourself, so your body responds accordingly. You also know if you eat a shit ton of rice that that's not good for you, and you've told yourself that, so therefore your body responds accordingly. Okay, it has no idea what's good or bad for you. So you can literally tell yourself that everything you eat is a goddamn fucking carrot, and your body will respond accordingly. Okay, so like I created the assumption that I lose weight every time I eat tacos and pasta. Therefore, literally every time I eat tacos, doesn't matter how many tacos I ate 7 of them the other day, and not in the daytime. Okay, doesn't matter how much tacos or pasta you eat, your body will respond accordingly because you've convinced yourself that you lose weight every time you eat those foods. So you can umbrella the whole shit, which I would do if I did it all over again, and I'd be like, that's right. Like I lose weight every time I fucking eat. Every time I eat sweets, I lose weight. Like, period. Like that shit is so good for me. You know. Every time let's say you love McDonald's, like, dude, every time I eat McDonald's, that shit, it goes straight to the ass because I want a big ass. You know what I mean? Things like that. You're in control of it. So literally you can placebo yourself and say, I lose weight no matter what I eat. I can eat whatever I want and I lose weight. I can eat whatever I want and I lose weight. Tell yourself that enough. That will become true for you. So you will literally notice it doesn't matter what the fuck you eat that day, you lose weight every fucking time. I know. I do too. There's no shame in the game. You can call McDonald's what you want, but I don't feel like we go to McDonald's because we're like, that's the pristine hamburger. Like, oh, when I want a hamburger, yeah, McDonald's, that's the shit. We don't do that. We all know McDonald's is like mediocre at best, but I like it. Sometimes I'm like, I fuck hard with McDonald's. I like the breakfast. You know, let's say you like donuts. Hey, I lose weight every time I eat Krispy Kreme donuts. I lose weight. Whatever you want, you can tell yourself that it will work. It will work. It will work. It will work. No shame in the game. I love Taco Bell. Do I think that they're like world-class tacos? No, I don't. But I eat it for what the fuck it is. So you want to tell yourself that. You can literally placebo yourself and give yourself any suggestion at all. Okay? This is why when Jared from Subway ate 2 foot-long sandwiches every single day, mainstream society would tell you that that's bad. Bread is fattening for you. But he created the assumption that he can lose weight when he eats Subway. So therefore, he ate 2 foot-long sandwiches every day and was half a pound. Was half a person, right? So it goes that way for everything. It doesn't freaking matter. No? When it came to weight loss, Not really. I don't really find that you waver when it comes to weight loss. At least I didn't. But then again, because I would affirm to myself, like, I'm sexy as fuck. Like, I am, like, literally hot as fuck. But the key is to control. You're in control of everything. So if you get on the scale, you're leaving it up to the scale to tell you what the fuck you weigh. You can literally be like, you can go to bed and be like, when I lost half a pound today. And when you go get on the scale, guess what's going to happen? You lost half a pound. Didn't matter what the fuck you ate. I control the scale all the time. I used to teach my members to control the scale. But the key is to not shit all over yourself. Right? Like, don't shit all over yourself. So it's not like you're doing good, you're seeing yourself as a sexy person. Because I never saw myself as unhealthy, right? Because doctors love to tell you that. You're healthy, you're just morbidly obese. That's great. So instead, you want to create that. You want to just make it work for you, right? So you can literally be like, every time I drink water, I lose weight. If you drink a shit ton of water, right? But the key is, when you see that person staring back at you in the mirror, you can't, because you see yourself every day, okay? So it's not like you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to be like, who's that bitch in the mirror? You fucking see yourself every day. Right? So you don't see the transformation like others will see it. But then all of a sudden you go around somebody you haven't seen in 3-4 months. They're like, holy shit, what happened to you? Like they notice the transformation. So the best thing that you could do when you look in front of the mirror is tell yourself, like, don't shit all over yourself. Don't sit there and be like, God, I look so fat. Fuck, I am so fat. Like, I look so fat. Just like if you tell yourself you're bloated, that will be true for you, right? You'll continuously look pregnant because you keep telling yourself you're bloated. Stop doing that. Right? So that's really the key to it. And persist, right? A minute, very quickly, it will create the assumption. But I was like, I'm not going to die. You're going to be fucked up if you think I'm eating like a rabbit my whole life. Never. Because what's the game plan there? You lose the weight with a diet, now what? You going to die for the rest of your life? Fuck no. Not me. You think I'm going to eat bunless burgers for the rest of my damn life? I don't think so. Yeah, you can do that too. Manifesting body changes. You can manifest whatever you want. The world is your oyster. You want a new nose? You're like, damn, my nose is so damn hot. Like, I got the perfect fucking nose. I literally look like I got a nose job. That's right. That's right. That's what I'm telling myself now, Bevy. Everything I eat goes straight to the ass. Everything I eat goes straight to the ass. Why not? What's, like, I want a big ass. I don't want to pay for it. Yeah, I get that. So you could just be like, I have like what, first don't acknowledge the stretch marks, right? Just be like, my skin is so smooth. Like literally I am the ideal body. My body looks just like, I don't think supermodels are walking around with fucking stretch marks. Like my body looks just like a supermodel. Like literally my body looks just like a supermodel. If there's a cream that you put on, like let's say there's a moisturizer cream that you like to put on at night, like, or a lotion, right? You can convince yourself, you can tell yourself that every time I put this lotion on, hey, Annie. Every time you can literally tell yourself that like every time I put this lotion on, my stretch marks go away, right? Because therefore, that's right, take yourself on a date, bitch. Because therefore, every time you put that lotion on, right, the stretch marks will start to fade away, and you'll notice that they will start to fade away because that is what you're equating both of them to. This is why anti-aging cream, like I hate to break it to you, that's not a fucking thing. Okay? The only reason it works is because you've told yourself that this is going to work. This is the solution. This is the solution. Therefore, every time you put it on, your face looks younger. But you can just tell yourself that every day. I've never looked a day over 20. I have never looked a day over 20. I literally have never looked a day over 20. Everybody's constantly complimenting me on how young I look. Everything. I think everybody should placebo that shit. I think it's great. You can heal old holes from piercing 1,000%, Taylor. 1,000%. Yeah. You could tell yourself every day, I'm assuming you're one of those fucking people that put those plugs in your fucking ear. Now your ear goes down to fucking here. I have a couple friends like that. I'm like, you know, when you were younger and you did that thing because it was cool, you didn't think about the game plan, did you? What the fuck were you going to do when you're 60? But then again, I guess that's the same when it comes to fucking tattoos, right? But you can literally tell yourself that, like, every day, my holes, like my ear holes, get smaller and smaller. You can tell yourself that. And every day, over the course of time, you'll notice this they will be like regular ears. Or if you know what regular ears are, you're like, I have regular ears. I don't have any holes in my ears. And they will go away. They will go away. Yeah. Because your body is designed to morph into whatever the fuck you tell yourself. So if you keep telling yourself you're fat, guess what you're going to be? Fat. Ask me how I know that shit. Okay, because that's how I identified myself, and because of that, it became true. Like, it didn't matter what I ate. I could eat a salad for the day. I'd starved myself and fasted, and I would gain weight. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm good on all of that shit. So that's how I got my start. That's what I do. So anyway, you guys should all have your fucking phones out by now. But I'll just let you know, in case you are, there's a lot of new people here. In case you are new here, my name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie. I teach all things law of assumption when it comes to manifesting anything you desire. I already know that fucking sounds goody, so click that follow button. I teach realistic advice here. I only teach what works, okay? I don't parrot, never got it. Definitely don't support law of attraction. So none of that shit. Instead, I teach you what works. I give you realistic advice so that you can get whatever it is that you want fucking quick, okay? My main focus is SPs, because who doesn't, why get someone new when you can have the one that you love, right? And I'm good at it. So I'm here to teach you how to get good at it. So we do have a free WhatsApp community. Go ahead. All links are in the bio. Free WhatsApp community you can join, where we support each other through your manifestation journey, pick you up, and I check your ass when you're out of line, okay? On top of that, I do offer one-on-one coaching as well as tech support coaching. You can get both of those. It's very cheap. It's rather inexpensive, especially if you're going to equate it to the coaching space, because I refuse to charge you guys an arm and a goddamn leg to manifest what you want. I think that's fucking stupid. So you can get that, and spots are filling up fast. If there's not a time based on where you're at in the world and something doesn't jive, just send me a message. You guys have my cell phone number. Send me a message. It's not a bat line. It's my actual phone number. Send me a message and I can go ahead and pick I can pick a time for you, or we can work something out on the time. I do have Saturdays and Sundays open a little bit because my time is filling up fucking fast, because I can't negate my live community. I go live every day at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't trip, because all replays are put on my YouTube channel so you can watch them back. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe and let them play on repeat, or let them just play. And, mute that shit. I don't give a fuck. Just help me get my watch hours up, because they're long as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I'm convinced a lot of you guys have been doing that. I appreciate the support, because it's going way up. So there we are. Okay, so you have your phones out, okay? So we're going to do this exercise real quick, because I'm going to have to come and leave you some loving words of encouragement before I have the jet. Good, thank you. Okay, so I need you guys to get your phones out, and you're going to give your commands to your SP, okay? Now, here's the thing. You're expecting something one way or another, okay? You're either expecting that person to text you, or you're expecting them to ghost you. One of the two. You're expecting something from them. So literally all I'm here, if you guys want to know more about weight loss, like, my YouTube channel is lit with that shit, okay? So anyway, in fact, I just posted a video the other day. I told you the only diet you need. And it's 100% fail proof. Care to guess what that one is? So I digress. Okay. So you need to expect something different from them. Okay. SP is specific person. Okay. So you need to start expecting something different from these people. Okay. You cannot expect somebody to be in a relationship with you or want to be with you if you can't expect them to fucking contact you. That's stupid. Okay. So my goal here, when we do these, is to get you to start thinking differently, is to get you to start expecting different behavior from your SPs than what you're currently getting. Okay, so that we can start getting you over that first hurdle, because once we get you over that first hurdle of blocked, ghosted, no contact to now he contacted you, the rest comes really fucking fast, because you got over that first hurdle initially, okay? So we need to get over the hurdle. Okay? Bubblegum candy, bitch. What do you mean? You booked a call for Wednesday, but you're not sure what on the time. You're the one that chose the time, bitch. I'll take a look. But, so we are going to sit there and we're going to do that, okay? So you have to start expecting different behavior from them, okay? You need to start expecting the new version of your SP, the one that you want, the one that you fucking love, okay? You need to expect that from them. Okay, so if you cannot expect a text, it's a long shot for you to expect them to want to be with your ass. Okay, so let's start contacting here. For no, because I'm guessing you are not out of the country. If you are not out of the country and you got my fucking phone number, please send me a text. Yeah. Now what's up? Okay, so we need to start expecting them to contact you. So if you're a no contact and you are a no contact, I don't give a fuck about your circumstances. I literally didn't ask. And it doesn't matter. So if you're a no contact at all, what you're going to do is initiate contact. Okay, you're not going to initiate. Excuse me. You are not going to contact them. You're going to command that they contact you. Okay, so whether that's text, call, what the fuck ever, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, you're just literally going to take a look at their picture. You're going to pull up their picture and you're going to tell them what to do. Okay, this is the photo method. We do this every day on my live, depending upon the time, twice a day. Okay, so you're now going to look at their picture. You're going to say, you're contacting me right now, or call or text. There's no right or wrong. Okay, you're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. If you're alone, I say that shit out loud. Okay, say that shit out loud. If you're not alone and you're in an office, well, then don't say it out loud like a crazy fucking person. Okay, instead, say it in your mind. Okay, but you want to say it. You're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. And again, I'm going to repeat, the key is to expect that behavior from them. Expect them to text you, because the minute you expect them to text you, it shows up. It will show up instantly the minute you expect them to do that. Okay, and I'm not going to create an assumption that this takes a long ass time. It doesn't. It does not. It takes a matter of minutes. It does not take long at all. If it doesn't happen, you need to do it again. The only reason it won't happen is because you're not expecting that from them. You're still expecting asshole version who's ghosted you, blocked you, doesn't want to talk to you. No, we need to break that cycle. So you're now going to start now by expecting they absolutely want to talk to me. Why wouldn't they? They're my boyfriend. They want to be with me. Why wouldn't they contact you? Okay. So look at that. She got a text, bitch. Do you guys understand? We don't make this shit up around here. We do not make this shit up around here. Okay? Like, that's all this is you have to start expecting different behavior from your SP, because the minute you expect them to text you and they text you, now you're like, all right, what else I want them to do? Okay? It helps speed things up, because now you're expecting, like, now you're realizing you are in control. I can do this again. Okay. If you're in contact, but it's not constant contact, you're going to do the same goddamn affirmation, because I want you to prove when they text you on, because it's not hard for you to expect them to text you because you talk from time to time. But the minute they text you on the spot, yeah, now you're like, okay, we're moving on to something else. Okay. Same thing. Now, if you're in constant communication with them, you're going to command. See, we don't affirm around here, not this. But you're going to command them to contact you, to come see you, right? You're coming to see me today. You're coming to see me right now. You're coming to see me right now. You are coming to see me right now. You are coming to see me right now. Okay? You're going to repeat it. Say with a little bit of backbone. You don't need to check. Now, if you do this and you're checking 2 minutes later your phone, that means you are not expecting them to text you. Knock it off. We're not doing that. We're not going to expect them to text you. Do you understand? I know you said yes. Portents, you really should only have to do it for a minute. But you guys are going to do this right now while the live is on pause, so I can go handle my scandal and have something to eat real quick. You know what I mean? Okay? So let's get it done. Let's get it done right now. And then I'm going to come back and leave you with some loving parting words of encouragement. I leave for 1 minute and somebody can't come up. They can't help themselves but come in here and spam everybody. Okay. All right. So now you can do this for multiple things. Okay. You can do this for multiple different ways. Okay. You can literally, which I suggest you all do this. Okay. While you're doing this, you can always look at their picture and say your affirmations to their ass, okay? Like you could literally, that's right. Who wouldn't love talking to your ass? So you can literally look at their phone and say your affirmations to them. So you could be like, you're obsessed with me. You're always calling and texting me. You are constantly spending time with me. You'll do anything to be with me, right? If the breakup is relatively new, you can sit there and say, we're getting back together right now. 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 I did that one. Absolutely. For you, I told your ass, AI world, how many times I gotta tell you guys that you guys be tripping on the stupidest shit, but they confirm what you are thinking. Okay, they confirm things. Yeah, like you're blocked on social media. So what? They can create a dummy ass account and watch your ass right now. You don't know. They could be looking at you all day long. They could easily click that unblock button, look at all your shit real quick and block you again. You have no idea. You would have no idea because it takes away their activity on your page. So stop assuming the worst from them because AI world just got confirmation. Yeah, of course the SP watches his stories. Why wouldn't he? Of course he watches her stories. Why wouldn't he? He's obsessed with you. Duh. 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 Use that AI world. Keep going, okay? Keep going with that. Now, Jordan, if you're in a relationship and your man is not showing up how you want, all you need to do, yes, you can do that, but you need to recreate him. Okay, you need to tell a different story of who you expect that person to be for you, okay, and only you. Okay, so it's like he's not showing up. He's showing up exactly how you expect him to show up. So thanks Cynthia girl. So all you have to do is start expecting different behavior. Start expecting him to be the perfect version for you, that perfect man for you. Okay. And so you do that by the way you describe him. No matter what he's doing, no matter what he's saying, no matter how he's behaving right now, you have to allow for the turnaround. But you only persist in new version of him. Only new version, new version, new version. I constantly am selecting new version only. And I'm not going to react. Well, you may get bits and pieces of new version. That's fine. I'm not going to react. I'm going to stay the course, stay the course, stay the fucking course. Period. Okay. Now, listen. Yeah, I would write it out, and then during the day, if you find yourself having a bitch party in your head about your person, right, or thinking against the perfect version of him, then you just say, nope, he's the perfect boy. He's the perfect boy for me. He is the perfect boy for me. He is the perfect boyfriend for me. And that will keep you in check throughout the day, okay? So you don't have to constantly go through this whole thing. But I would rave about him in your mind. Like if you're talking to your bestie, like, bitch, let me tell you about my man, okay? Yep, they all watch your set. Every one of you, look. Every one of you need to go under the assumption and create the assumption that they are absolutely obsessed with you. So if they are obsessed with you, why the fuck aren't they watching your shit? Of course they are. Every single person, every one of you who's blocked on social media, ask yourself why you're blocked. Ask yourself why you're blocked. Because only you can assign the meaning to everything that you want, okay? You're not blocked on social media so they don't fucking get a message from you. That's not why you're blocked on social media. That sounds fucking stupid. Unless that's the only way you guys have ever communicated in life was through Instagram. I don't think that's why you're blocked. You're blocked because they want to silently stalk your ass. That's why you're blocked. They don't want you to know that they're still looking at your stuff, that they're still looking at what you're doing. That's why. That's why. They want us to pay the fuck attention. You are blocked because they simply want to stalk you from a distance. They don't want you to know when they're looking at your shit. They don't want you to know when they're creeping your profile, that they're checking out your pictures, that they're doing every time they look at your pictures. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to tell yourself, okay? That's what you need to start telling yourself. Assign that meaning to something, okay? Assign that meaning to something, okay? Because the reality is, if they were going to block you on anything, because yes, we all react during the breakup. That's not abnormal, okay? So, because you didn't know what you know now, because if you did, you wouldn't have had the breakup. But you have to say this, okay, if they were going to block me on something, let's say you blew their shit up. Here's how, you know what they're blocking you on? Their goddamn fucking cell phone. Yeah, they block you on their cell phone. They don't need to block you on Facebook, Instagram, all the platforms for what? For what? No. They just need to block your contact in their phone. That's it. That ends the communication there. They don't have to check their messages and see that you messaged them 55,000 times on Instagram. They don't need to do that. So they blocked you because they want to silently stalk your ass. Yeah. They want to silently stalk you. Yeah, they can. That's right, Scorpio girl. They can't block you from their fucking mind, bitch. And that's the power. That's what you're in control of. So you need to understand that, okay? You need to understand that. They can forgive you, Noah, if you accept that, okay? They're not forgiving you because you don't think they want to forgive you. Fuck forgiveness. You don't need forgiveness. You don't. Move on. Assume they're over that shit. All of you need to assume that your SPs are over that shit. Like what shit? They don't even remember what breakup. Like, what are you talking about? Blocked? Who the fuck would ever block you? Who would block you? Not your perfect person. Not the man that you love, not the woman that you love. They would never block you. They would never not talk to you. They would never do any of that shit. They would never ghost you, talk shit to you, disrespect you. They wouldn't do that because they're your perfect person. You need to start seeing them that way. Only that way. I don't think when you first started dating them for the first time of your life, you were like, I think he's going to be an asshole. And that shit is hot. I can't wait for him to disrespect my ass. I don't think that's how you enter that relationship. So why in the fuck are you looking at him that way now? You need to start only viewing everything good about him. Because why in the hell are you manifesting back a douchebag? Who the fuck does that? Who in the hell is manifesting back a fucking loser? I know you're not. I know you're not. Okay? The only people manifesting back losers are probably watching Law of Attraction shit. That's what they're probably doing. Okay, but not if you're here. No, you're manifesting the love of your life back, somebody that you love and you care about. So why is it so hard for you to describe them as that version of you, of them for you? Why is that so fucking difficult? Why? Why is it so difficult for you to assign positive meaning to every goddamn thing? They left you on red. Of course they did, because he could not wait to read my messages, because the second he sees my name pop up on his shit, yeah, he cannot wait to see what I have to fucking say. Why? Because I'm his top priority. I'm the only one he gives a shit about. That's it. And he hasn't responded yet. Yeah, because he's fucking busy. But he couldn't wait to see what I had to say. And as soon as he's not busy, guess what? Ping, he's going to text me back, bitch. Why? Why wouldn't he? That's what you guys got to realize. That's what you have to realize. That's what you need to tell yourself. That is what you need to fucking tell yourself. Do you understand? I don't care what they're doing. I don't care what they're saying. I don't care if he looks at you dead ass in your face and is like, leave me alone. I fucking hate you. Not what? No. In here, he is so fucking in love with me. Jesus Christ, he's in love with me. That's what you need to tell yourself. You cannot react to every goddamn word that comes out of their mouth. You cannot react to any of their shit, any of that shit. And let me tell you why they're saying what they're saying. Unless they just broke up with you today. You want to know why they hurt your feelings yesterday? Because you're forcing the goddamn 3D. Stop it. I don't think your boyfriend, I don't think your SP called you up yesterday just out of the fucking blue and was like, by the way, I hate you and I really want you to leave me alone. There is no you and us anymore. You need to understand that. No, they didn't do that. And you know damn well they didn't do that. The only reason they told you that is because you keep forcing the 3D. You keep wanting to convince them, to talk to them, plead your goddamn case. No, that's why they're telling you that shit, because you're forcing the 3D and the shit backfires every fucking time you do it. How's that making you feel? So you need to stop that now. Do you understand? Now, I can't yell at you too much because I'm already 6 minutes late to my coaching call. So, like I show up to all your calls, I need to now show up to her call. Okay? So I am going to stop this live now. Of course, as you guys know, if you have any questions, I didn't answer something clear enough, my DMs are always open to you, okay? If you are a VIP or a one-on-one client of mine, please do not DM me unless you can't text me. But then DM me VIP in the beginning. Don't say that at the end. And just put VIP so I know to open up your messages first, because you guys take priority in my inbox, okay? And then I'll shoot you my phone number so you can get out my DMs, okay? I got to be a drill sergeant manifestation coach, because how the fuck else do I allow you guys to pivot your fucking train of thought? It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. So let's get a grip. Let's regroup. Valentine's Day is over. Let's regroup. Let's go get your SPs. If you'll be consistent, be fucking consistent. If you're consistent, you'll get consistent results. Just like you're getting consistent results now, but it ain't the shit you want, because you're certainly consistent at thinking about how much they fucking hate you and how much they ghosted you and are blocked. Yeah, you're consistent in that shit, which is why you're consistently staying blocked. So what about, what would it hurt if you just started being consistent that this is your perfect person? What would that hurt? Because it's not helping you to view him the other way. All right, let's go. Let's get your person back now. Because I tell you, someone's manifesting your SP. Who's going to win? You understand? Love you too, Scorpio girl. So who's going to win? This is your goddamn reality. Why in the fuck would you let anybody come in your reality and take your goddamn man? Never. Never. No one is coming in my reality and taking my fucking man. Not at all. And neither are you. You understand? Okay. Let's evolve as humans. Let's evolve as people, and let's act like an adult and stop reacting like a juvenile at a fucking lesson. Okay, teenagers are the ones that freak out about social media likes and stupid bullshit like that. Not a grown-ass adult. So act like one. Okay? All right. I love all you guys. And I, of course, will see you, all you lovely souls, in the WhatsApp community. And I'll see you on my live tomorrow. Bye, besties.